on. Multi-streaming on Twitch, because this is the new name of the game, and case in point, I will start the game. It's not here, of course, because I betrayed it. It's been a couple of days I haven't played War Thunder. How could I? Here it is. So VR mod is activated. Some update? No, play. Let's see. I intended to play the Swedish, but depending on what I find, I mean, it's actually pretty rare that you can decide what you play in this game, depending on the available battles. Speaking about simulator mode, of course. If you go arcade, well, it's okay. You can do whatever the hell you please. Look at this thing. Now it follows me around. The overlay down there. But actually, you know, I don't like it because it covers the chat. It should stay where it used to. It's loading. Yes, it's loading. It should stay where it used to, which is right of seated position. Yeah, stop there. I mean, it's kind of cute that it follows you around, but in the end, it's worse than this. Yes. Attack helicopter. I identify myself as an attack helicopter, and no one can tell me it isn't true. Do you know about the meme? It's pretty famous. Get reward. Kind of a joke played on the other kin kind of folks, the one who pretend to be wolves and the like. That's some advanced internet referencing right there. Let me see, Sweden 1.0 3.3. 1.0 3.3? What is that? Well, it's correct for what I want to do. Also, it's just started. It's actually perfect. Look at that. 1.0? No, 2.0. Wait. 3.3. 2.3, 3.3. This is more normal. Not so more populated. Let's go for this. Yeah, so I can fly the twin boom pusher prop, which I started to enjoy the other day. You know what, I will raise a bit also the overlay with the chat. Yes, a bit, no, not this, higher, and maybe more flat, like so. Should be good. Save. I cannot spawn the twin boom yet, but I can go with the J22, which is a better version of what we were calling the other day the baby Focke-Wulf, meaning a smaller version of the Focke-Wulf essentially. The Swedish don't have universal ammo, so it will have to be stealth, I guess. They're really asking for it. We will be silent assassins today. And what did I see down there? Yeah, I killed them on the runway. Wow, you're really not good. Okay, only 5 kills. I should have more now. Everyone overestimating himself. Let's roll with the J22. Damn, it's off center. The overlay is off center. I hate it. But actually it's kinda better because this way I can see the instruments more. Let's go. Let's make a difference in this battle. Rolling, rolling. Try not to crash already. It's an interesting plane, this one. I think it's supposed to be a boom and zoomer essentially, but it's not that fast. Still, the weaponry is good. I wouldn't call it the star of the show. That honor probably goes to the twin boom pusher prop, but it's still a cool plane. Let me see the people online. We got several squadron members on both sides. Look at that. But on the other side, they're all from different squadrons. And 7 hours, actually. Yes. So it's just an accident. Several squadrons all together, but just an accident. I'm flying towards the northern airfield, which is apparently under attack. Let me see. Hard to tell. Well, the two together might be the base defender. Possibly. There's another one down there. Okay, I'll keep climbing. Keep climbing to the sky. Into the clouds I go. This game runs so much better than Sturmovik, it's not even funny. Look at that. 80 FPS, more or less stable. Averaged 75. If I have 40 there when I play Sturmovik, it's already a miracle. And 40 is way too low, by the way, for this kind of games in VR. I mean, it's playable, but you're gonna see every single thing twice. In practice, it's like being drunk, playing at 40 FPS in VR. Originally, I wouldn't even be able to take it. Now I can, but still not as good as playing like this. I started a bit earlier today, probably the reason I still have no comments in my stream. Okay. That's flashing, huh? The base is also already damaged. Let's see what we have in front of us. Nix is right though, these two rear view mirrors really look like the ones from a motorcycle. It's kinda nice and funny. Hey Nix, I love the description info, something I never know. I picked them up from Wikipedia, I mean, it's part of the internet knowledge base, so to speak, so it seems fitting that I will use this kind of tidbits for a history, an history game. After all, this is an historical setting that we're playing with. Okay, right above the friendly airfield, that's a friend, and that is also a friend, and then I guess I gotta keep climbing. Thank you Nix for liking the stream. Now I got notification for most things, but I lack, of course, notification for the share. Man, I don't know why. I've been reading a lot of topics about the matter. Apparently it works for some people and it doesn't for others. No idea why. Shit, this base is still flashing though, huh? There is something wrong with this base. That's the friend, right? There's plenty, no. The base defenders are flying very low, that's strange. They usually stay much higher. And to tell you the truth, Nix, nowadays I don't trust the base anti-air anymore, because I've been in several matches where for some reason it was doing nothing. Not only that time when we were playing together, but also in another match. Ooh, I hit the keyboard with the joystick. I don't know why the base is flashing, to tell you the truth. Hi Mihai! Anzi, volevo dire ciao, sei italiano come me. Questo è War Thunder, fantastico in realtà virtuale, molto consigliato. Gioco gratuito a sia aerei che carri armati e navi. Praticamente puoi investire se vuoi avanzare più rapidamente, ma non è necessario. Io gioco gratuitamente da anni ed è probabilmente il più bel gioco che si può fare in realtà virtuale online adesso, per questa flessibilità, perché puoi giocare con la realtà virtuale o senza, col joystick o con la tastiera. In tutti i modi puoi giocare e tutti competono assieme, quindi hai anche una base d'utenza molto più ampia del gioco in realtà virtuale media, e comunque sia è molto molto divertente. Questa è la modalità simulativa, ce n'è una semplificata che probabilmente è anche più popolare e che a me piace comunque. Oh shit, ok, we found the enemy, yes. We found the enemy coming from above. What the heck? I'm only slightly damaged, but I don't know from who. That's the problem. Possibly. Am I looking at him? Oh, no, 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 no. I don't like it. That's probably a player, not a bot. And I guess I'm diving back to base already. No, wait a minute. I'm not that damaged. The problem is, this is not tank fighter. Okay, orange tracers should be from the enemy, not sure. There's plenty of nations in this match. This is a game that can be both historical and quite the opposite, depending on how the matches have been set up. And Nix, we should explain, James, that yes, this game doesn't follow real scenarios, but that's actually because of the players, no? It could easily be used for realistic scenarios. You could just join the historical matches, and then it would be just as realistic in plane selection as is below Sturmovik. Especially when the tracers start shooting in the wrong direction. Never trust the base anti-air. Yeah, no, it's stupid, it doesn't work well. I agree 100%. That is the enemy, I think. You see, for instance, we are in the territory of the base. The tracers should attack. I mean, the base should attack the enemies, but it's not doing it. Absolutely. That's an enemy, right? Yes, it is. Somehow I managed to miss. Not a problem. I can turn into that guy. I hope. Yes. Look at him. What the heck is he doing climbing that way? Ah, but I did damage him, it seems. He thinks he's an angel returning to heaven. Look at that. Let's give him a hand. Yeah, God Almighty is waiting for you. Why don't you go to God Almighty for me? And say hello. He was just a hanker. Ah, but a bot too, so that's the reason he was flying in such a stupid way. And... okay. Wow. This is crazy, Nix. What a beginning for this match. Thousands of planes all over. The orange tracers are probably from the friendly bomber whatever. But wait a sec, we have an enemy underneath. Ooh. What is that? It's a BF. No, it looks strange for a BF. But it's got German insignia. Ah, these are the Stukas, okay. It's the Stukas attacking the ground units. Shit. This will have a rear turret. Ooh, okay. Let's Stuka the Stuka. Stuka. Boom, boom, and there it goes. I'm not damaged, okay. There's more Stukas all over. It's a Stukapocalypse. A Stupacalypse. Well, you know what I mean. Pravda nonna, look at the guy, Pravda nonna. Is that a Stuka as well? Oh, there's a Stuka underneath. And a Stuka for you, and a Stuka for you as well. Everyone a Stuka today. I will show you the power of... I'm out of gun. I'm out of ammo. Okay, I won't show you anything because I'm out of ammo. Oh, the anti-air. The airfield. Someone doesn't protect me when I'm landing on the ground. Spencer Price. Be right back. Hi, Cody. Hey, it's Cody. Excuse me, sometimes I don't see the names. Thank you for tagging your friend. We have really killed ourselves 3 AI planes, so it's time to resupply because yes, Astuka takes plenty of ammo today. I wonder if I can already spawn the twin boom pusher prop, the plane for which I'm playing the entire Swedish nation actually, because it looks hella cool, and you will soon see it if I can indeed spawn it. Let's make an attempt. Gliding back to the airfield right now. Wheels on the ground in 3, 2, 1, touchdown, boom. Well, okay, 3, 2, 1. I bounce, not the mark of a great pilot, I tell you. But it's okay, as long as I survive. And I did. Let me center this overlay because I hate it. No, wait, first I stop the plane, you never know. Okay, and it stopped. And while I'm resupplying, I'm gonna move the overlay like this. No, this. But also rotate it, not like this, like this. And make it a bit smaller while you're at it. That's the alpha, and that's the size. I would say 42. Not that much smaller because I would be unable to read it then. And maybe 0.70 alpha. Save. 13 seconds to resupply. Still off center though. Well, wait a sec. No. It was the entire cabin that was off center. Should be more to the left, but I guess. It's Jerry. Hey Jerry, welcome. Thank you for liking the stream. I know I can count on you now, together with Nix, to cheer me up. Let me spawn the plane I wanted. Leave it. Yes, the Sub 21 with stealth air target. No, wait. I mean, this can only be air target. Then let's try like this. And 45 minutes of fuel should be enough. So, look at this thing, okay? The other day, when I flew it, it was hella slow, but now it's almost completely powered up. It's a strange beast. Look at it. Look at this plane. Will you look at this plane? It's inverted. It's double the pieces than a normal plane, meaning that yeah, it's got like a catamaran. It's catamaran a word, I don't know. It's like a boat. It's Akshay, hey Akshay, thank you for following me. We play War Thunder often on this stream, but not only that, many flight simulators and other VR games. So rolling. And the cabin is also strange, in particular this site, positioned like that, makes me think of an helicopter. I don't know why. Having the reflex sight on the top makes me think of an helicopter. But the cool part is that it has got a lot of firepower. It's like a more heavy and more heavily armed Lightning in practice. Seren, and thank you for liking my stream, you as well. Let's try this strange plane together. I'm moving towards the capture point. Objective A, Charlie 4. So, like I said, how do you use this plane? I'm not sure actually. It can boom and zoom because yes, it's slow, but once it starts a dive, it becomes fast. It becomes fast in general. But it's also decent turn, so in that it's like the Lightning. And in general, you win the head-ons almost assuredly because of its firepower, so I will be looking for them. Richie, thank you for liking the stream. Let's do it. Moving towards the front lines now. Finally, my alerts work. Only thing that doesn't work, unfortunately, is the share alert, which is important. I don't know, it's already a big improvement, I guess. Another thing about this plane, it's fairly cool. I mean, only 100 degrees, probably the same temperature as my computer, but the moment it goes above 100 degrees, it starts to melt, so you gotta be very careful with the temperature. Luckily, this is a winter map, otherwise it would be quite a handful. In any case, even with the radiator mounted, well no, with the radiator mounted it's much better. Yesterday it overheated even at 90%, now it overheats once you go web, which is correct I guess, but also because it's winter. And what is that? What is that? Should I worry about it? Possibly, yeah. Appears to be tracking and turning it to me. I don't know. Just in case, I'll check it out. Destroy the convoy. Win air supremacy? No, okay. No objective of value. Also, I'm noticing now that most of my team is bomber spamming, which means that we will probably win the match, but also that I will be alone in every single dogfight. So I gotta keep that into consideration. But tell you what, the teams are even. I gotta head for the objective. Wait, that's worth checking, but then I'll go for the objective. Let's go. Sub 22. Show them the power of Swedish design. IKEA plane. It's an IKEA plane? Okay, friend. I'm wasting time. I shouldn't be going to the objective. Instead, I keep checking things going the opposite way. How smart of me. But now I'm on the correct course. When you look behind, you can see that it's got like an intake on the side of the plane, because of course the engine is behind you. It's the opposite of a normal plane. Everything the opposite. Just for the sake of it. Is there intake on both sides? No, only the right one. So symmetry apparently wasn't held in high esteem for Swedish designers, because the one I was playing earlier is the same. It's got the intake to the side, to the point that the entire radiator only opens on one part of the engine. And I'm wondering if this does the same, there will be a radiator behind. Or perhaps not, and that might be the reason this plane overheats so easily. Okay, the objective is being captured by the enemy, so we will have plenty of opposition, reason for which I'm radioing my intention to the team, while hoping that someone indeed listens, and that's of course everything except guaranteed. So, climbing at an efficient altitude. How's the... shouldn't go up until I'm in combat, otherwise I'll find myself in difficulty if I have to do the dogfight. All the bases are flashing for some reason, also this. Cover the bombers completed, that's good. That's good. 10 kilometers from the objective square. Flying 3000, which isn't bad, but at the same time I see high planes, practically we could be meeting any freaking nation. The entire selection of nation of War Thunder is in this game, in this match, I mean. The zone appears to be contested by the way they move, even though they're still capturing, so there will be a single friend, I guess, no more. We're almost there. Very soon I'll begin to matter in the ongoing battle. The thing down low is inviting, but probably not worth pursuing at this time, because yeah, they will jump right on me. This is a one-shot kill plane in general. If you can line up correctly, it's difficult for the enemy to survive. So of course that advantage is offset by other things, namely the less than ideal speed, I guess. Until you dive. If you dive like a rock. Okay, turning into me. Let's see what happens. Like I told you, decent turning capability, but I'm not into alignment. The problem are his friends. I'm trying to ask for cover. Let's see what happens. Okay, spinning but not much. And I guess I can climb because I should have enough energy. Okay, the strange aim inside throws me off. I gotta admit it. And I hit him. So it's not a one-shot kill. It's plain because I did hit him. But he's not dead yet. Reason for which we need to accelerate. We got Pravda Nonna with us. I cannot fail for the sake of my comrade. Come on. Shit. I don't want to open the flats. I'm not sure about their resistance. Their durability, maybe I should say. Okay, I hit him again. Keep in mind, you're only seeing part of the tracers. I use in stealth ammo for the main guns. And I think I hit him again, but unfortunately, he's not dead. I might even switch for the other target. My friend did. Let's do the same. Perfect coordination born on the field of battle. Never seen this guy, and still we are working like a well-oiled machine. Oh, I don't like it. And you didn't like it, I bet. You shouldn't have. Well, I'm not doing anything to the targets. What the fuck? You just said this plane is so freaking powerful. Nah, but you're going down. Let's make sure. Okay, that one is dead. What about the other one? Bravo! What about the other one? What about returning to the airfield? Don't leave me alone. Pravda is on my 6, which is good. He will be chasing the enemy, I guess. To my left. Pravda Nonna. I think he killed the other one, honestly. It feels like it. So, like you see, the Sub-21 is a cool plane. It can work in combat. It looks cool and also is feasible as a dogfighter. So, what more can you ask of a plane? It should be also a decent bomber interceptor, bomber hunter killer. We'll try to test it while proceeding further in the match. Okay, the base is flashing again. It appears to be the norm. I lost a lot of speed and energy from that battle. I gotta climb slowly back up. How's the ammo? Still decent, I would say. That's Pravda Nonna, right? No, another friend. Cellulose. I think I played with that guy. I remember the name. Four kills, 0 deaths. Good beginning. We have something very much above, which might be diving for me sometime soon. I honestly don't like it. Yes. I think he's gone. Here you are. I'm not sure. The problem is that not being sure, I gotta make sure. Case in point. Hi Nix, hey, 4 kills. Okay, something's diving. This thing is cool, eh? It's the J-21, the sub-jet J-21. What a plane. Fairly peculiar but also good. Okay, I don't think that's an enemy. Good, good, good. Let's go to the ground battle, I guess. I can understand it. I know very well what you mean, so don't worry. I sure hope one of these days we can play together again. Okay, I'm overreading. We gotta slow down a sec. The enemy's getting closer. Ah, the enemy is getting heavily demoralized. There's like 4 people left. They're not liking the power of the Swedish aviation. What's that? What's that? That's something that looks fairly enticing, and I would indeed go and check out the real quality of its existence. Once I settle down, I'll find a group to share. Ah, okay, thank you, Nix. Leyland, thank you for liking the stream as well. Nix, I tell you in advance, it might be a bit shorter as a stream, I'm not sure, but it's possible that I might have to stop in about an hour for the same reason that you are currently experiencing, even if in a completely different context, so I'm telling you in advance. It might be a bit shorter. Okay, friendly. And friendly. But why are the base defenders flying so low? Should I resupply since I'm like on top of the base? Still got plenty of ammo, but I guess, no? It's here. Trying not to destroy the plane if at all possible. Ah, wait a sec. The base is firing now. Then, landing aborted. Since we got a base raid happening right now, like freaking right now, it must be him. No, friendly. No friendly, no friendly. No friendly, no more. I only see friends. It's flashing without rhyme or reason, that's how it looks like. Okay, before we depart for the enemy territory again, then I'll probably resupply. There's no one here, I don't know why it's flashing. It's buggy as hell, that's the reason. What a landing, look at this. To make such a tight turn and then land is possibly dangerous, especially for a plane you don't know well, such as this. But no, apparently it's working. Yay. Watch out. Excuse me, I'll write the message in a sec. Okay. People seem shrugging against Swedish planes. No, this one is good, Max. I like it. This is a good plane. It's like the Lightning, more or less. And I've had some success with it already. In my opinion, it's good. In arcade mode, it's a killer. Because you have to worry less about its slower than ideal performance. So, the heavy weaponry makes it a menace. It's a menace in arcade mode. Of course, simulator is different. But it's still good in my opinion. Ah, you mean the opponent, okay. Yeah, they scare. Look at that. No one's left. Can I respawn on the base closer to the objective now? Use magical World War II era teleporting, I hope. Let me see, leave the plane. I don't know if he'll let me do, but I'm gonna try nonetheless. You can choose the respawn base here. Maybe if I choose a different plane? Not sure. Well, I'll keep the same one, but try to click the base. I hate Swedish planes because it's new. We got a traditional kind of of player. He doesn't like the new things. Apparently they're saying just that in chat. Cool story, bro, responds the other guy. It's a cool story, isn't it? Okay, we will go low and fast since we are closer. We are far from the objective. This thing doesn't seem to sit straight when on the runway. I don't know. Earlier I thought I had broken the undercarriage. Look at it. I'm pointing to the ground basically with the nose of the plane until I pull. I think the front wheel of the gear might be actually less extended, less away from the fuselage, if you know what I mean. I'll not said it perfectly, but I guess it's understandable. Okay, low and fast, like I said. Let's see how much it accelerates in a straight line. But I might suffocate the engine, yes. The engine needs air. I will have to climb, I guess. The problem, Nix, is that if I leave this match, probably I won't find another that has Swedish planes in it. So let me have some more fun with this thing, and then I guess I'll move to a different match, maybe with more players. Even though today it's Saturday, it might be different, and there might be more than a single match with Swedish. Okay, that looks like combat. Above the ground battle, almost like no one cares for the objective. How strange. The objective is being captured, by the way, but can I really ignore that? It's so freaking close. I hate the Nips chinks more than the Swedish. I know you do, man. You've told me about it more than once. Well, I mean, doesn't make much sense, does it? For the Chinese nation to have Japanese planes. I think the Swedish actually did use the Reggiane though, That's historical, because I found it on Wikipedia. Once you told me about the fact that the J-20 was actually a Reggiane, at first I didn't even notice. Then I went to Wikipedia and yes, in the history of Sweden apparently there was an experience where they were fielding the Italian Reggiane 202. Because it's a 202, the stubbier version, not like the 201 that I always use. That's a friend, right? Yeah. Fine art expert, uses the same title as me. And what now? What now? I see bullets flying all over. It is the clear marking of war. Yes, yes. Bot friendly. Well, what the fuck? Okay, it's the bomber spammers. I wasted my time. Okay then, time to climb and head for the actual objective. Which is not captured in any case, because of course they have so little players. So few of them. Okay. It will be 15 kilometers. Not that long, not that long. Come on, push this sub. Everyone tend to boycott any user mod map that has Swedish in it. Then how are we gonna grind Swedish planes? Yeah, I agree. I've had terrible difficulties to play this plane during the week. Like I managed only a couple of times. When I saw an open match, I jumped into it like it was Christmas. And now I would feel sorry to leave it. Even though, yeah, weekend, so possibly. Even though it's not like the weekend nowadays is that different from normal weekdays with the quarantine and all. So, I guess I was still lucky. Oh, I'm overeating. No, you don't use web speed until you're in combat with this plane. It's a very bad idea. Let's try to call for others. But actually, yeah, They're winning, they already eliminated the enemy, I guess. Let's just go for the point. I'm gonna grind in any case. Since this battle will probably be won by us, considering the low number of players. But some more are joining, it's not a given. The bars are even after all, even though this objective is probably ours. Should be looking only at France. Yes, but not necessarily, eh? I mean, we have the number advantage, but he's not capturing as quickly as he would. Yeah, grinding is important in this game. If there weren't any enemy at all, there might be one or more. Let's keep high just to be sure. Okay. Waiting for you. What do we have here? Fast moving below. Overlooking the situation from cloud altitude. And... ooh. Someone's firing apparently. Anti-air. Ciao. That possibly. We're capturing. Yeah, no, they will be bot France. Base is still flashing, but today they flash without reason. Let's check these two. Would be a waste not to. And that's a potentially deadly mistake, no? You never know. You never know after all until you really know. Oh! Shit, I'm overspeeding. Look at that. 670, you risk breaking the plane. Okay, now we know. Friendly. Hopping pony. SG9 hopping pony. The objective is ours. What could happen at this point? Ah, maybe. Worth of not. I guess I'll be going there next. That looks very much like a bomber accelerating away, friendly one, and with an enemy in tow, yes, which will very soon become the prey of our fearsome, that's a Spitfire, Swedish guns. Did I break it? Not yet. Well, today the power of my guns is a bit disappointing compared to the other day. I don't know, maybe I was facing more fragile planes. No, going nowhere, of course. Also because he's so taken in his attack of the bomber that basically he doesn't care about me, and that's in general the sign of an incautious pilot. No, they stole it. It was Pravdanon. Oh well, if it was Pravdanon, I cannot feel mad. I will have the assist beside. Yeah. Well, I'm not even mad. He was good with that kill steal. Okay. Now the objective is gone, and there's another one. Even better. Close to base. Boom. He fucking stole it right under my nose. You gotta protect your nose. In these pandemic days of ours. I mean, I got the assist. Okay. Something more in that direction. Flying very low for this plane though, It's true that the base is close, but I'd best climb at about 1000 at the very least. White tracers, okay. We are together only with Japanese, so I guess it could be Japanese. It's white. What's he firing at? Thin air, apparently. He felt the inspiration. On me, cover me, on me. Good. Just what I like to hear. Okay, here come the boom and zoomer And orange traces are the mark of the enemy in this match, yeah. Well, unless, I don't know, the Swedish... no, I guess the Swedish tracers are orange, okay. Then that's cellulose, and that would be the enemy. Yes, it's a biplane. It's a freaking Russian biplane, the white one. I don't like it. I don't like it because, of course, I'm turning with the biplane, as I'm known to do, and that's a bad idea. So, yes. Well, but also it's suppressed by like 3 people. Where is he going with that thing? Still, underestimating the biplanes is usually a very bad idea. Yeah, look at it. It's always a bad idea. They're light, they're maneuverable. They can chase you if you keep turning. And you best not do it. Okay, they removed it from my ass. But apparently that guy is also... he managed to spin his plane. I don't know what happened. Maybe he crashed into the biplane even. That's another danger of the biplane. They're so freaking slow that you might crash into them. Okay, everything's good as long as you don't die. Let's just cap this point. We should only have any friends, I mean, around us. Like, that's a friend. Right? Yeah, hopping pony. Let's climb a bit more. Cellulose got damage as well from the biplane, you see. Especially the Russian biplanes at this rank are still a hell of a threat. Underestimating them is death, basically. What direction am I looking at? Base. The base is flashing, but the base flashed constantly today. Even despite the lack of any kind of threat, so, I don't know. Well, from a logical standpoint, I should go and check the enemy in the direction of the flashing base. But that might not even be the enemy. Let's try and discover the truth. How's my temperature? Not that high, not that high. You see, it's like when you go do the groceries this day, they gotta check your temperature. And that's a good idea for a plane as well. Unless you want the engine to burn up. That's a friend. I don't know, the base is flashing, but how could that be an enemy flying so low in our territory? It doesn't make sense. I guess it's a bug. Still checking, but I guess it's a bug. Are you a bug? Speak to me. If only I could zoom in this stupid game, I would already know what I'm chasing. Friendly base defender. Yeah, also the base defender fly low. I don't know why. Maybe they want to strafe the tank that are attacking the base. We never know. Okay. Do we have an objective right now? Surveillance in F5. That's not far. Would be that, yeah. Well, for the lack of anything better. F5. It's the one more leftward, I guess. Yeah. Ah, wait. There's also... ah, but it's the same direction. Okay, same direction. We also have the objective square. I guess I moved this thing in a wrong way. Yeah. After playing Alex, it has to stay a bit. Yeah, will be more stable like this. Yeah. Like this. No. Ah. Yes. No, it's still wrong because... yes, a bit tighter. Here's the surveillance plane. What's my altitude? These things normally fly at about 3,000. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's not that easy to shoot down the surveillance plane, eh? In general, it's a big plane and heavily armed, both directions. But I'm coming sideways, which isn't bad in practice. I'll try to climb a bit more. This thing can climb, huh? Look how easily I reach the altitude of the surveillance plane. About 2800, I guess it's his altitude. Yes. And down it goes. It was a fairly clean shot. Let's continue to the objective. Everything's easier when you got a reflex sight. You fly in the lower tiers, and yeah, iron sight in VR is horribly complicated. I think we got some more action coming our way. That looks like an ambusher. Gotta be careful with the dive, huh? This thing cannot dive as fast as it can go. You gotta somehow slow it down, otherwise you're gonna die. Up to 600, I guess, is safe. That looks like the Swedish bomber, to tell you the truth, huh? Ooh, I blacked out. Of course. The crew is far from well trained. Why are we bombing it? Well, I don't care, I will soon know what it is. That's the Russian bomber, yeah. Okay. And 2. This makes 2 big bombers shot down in our sortie. Still got enough ammo for some engagements. We're up to 6 kills, 1 assist. Not bad. That's more than ace. Ace is 5 kills, right? On 1 sortie? Well, we got 6. On 1 life, I should say, not sortie. My 6 are clear. We continue the trip to the objective zone, with 2 more kills under our belt. I guess after this battle I'll fully upgrade this plane of mine. It's very unlikely, in fact, for me not to. Possibly even unlock the next one? Or maybe that's wishful thinking. The enemy is capturing, so probably I'm looking at the enemy right now. That would be an enemy player, so harder to kill as well. Okay, they're doing a head-on, it seems. I keep following him. Okay, that's a friend actually, and this is the enemy, which I'm shooting, which I'm turning into. Shit, I'm too fast. No, not really. What's happening? Ah, I blacked out. No, I could have shot him, but I blacked out. Okay. Shitty crew. Shitty crew. Oh, he's gonna kill the hopping pony. Don't you dare. Don't you dare killing my friendly pony. Teammate. It's a hurricane, right? I think. Let me drop the flaps at this point. It's about time. As you can see, the J-21 can turn decently. James, I think I saw James' name. I read what you said in a minute. Wait a sec while I kill this crab. This crab British plane who also broke his flaps, thus exposing to the power of Swedish artillery. I'm gonna scream the Swedish battle cry when I kill him. Ikea! Ikea! Okay, he died all by himself. That's anticlimactic. Why you get up so early? This is insane. You started like 6:10 in my time. At least tomorrow the clocks go forward by an hour. For us. I think for me as well. I started a bit earlier, gents, because I might have to stop a bit earlier as well. Not quite a bit earlier. I'm not sure. I might have to stop, but then we'll be able to restart, I guess. Which unfortunately will put a stop in the stream, yeah, because when I stop I'm not sure I can come back online, but if I can I will. And play up to the usual time. And yes, this thing that I have to do, of course, is COVID related. Nothing serious, of course, just that I have to do at a different time that I would normally. Capturing. Ikea! I gotta scream Ikea every time I kill something with this. Sometimes maybe I'll scream Nokia. Why the hell not? Swedish pride and all that. So you see, gents, planes such as these will never be in Sturmovik. Wouldn't you want to fly the strange Gizmo Swedish plane? It actually comes in a kit that you mount, you assemble yourself. It's that much Swedish. Cover the surveillance aircraft in C7. What do we have in front here? Friendly. This is the guy I just saved. I'm capturing. I should be, yes. Yes, Sub 21. It's a fairly interesting plane with an interesting history. I'll probably write an article on this one of these days. I was thinking about the other day. It's strange enough for my blog. Attention to the map. Well, I'm not gonna go on top of the enemy base for you. Enemy friend. Okay, how disappointing. That's the enemy, I guess. Two of them even. The base defender homing on us. Not sure. I'm climbing in a fairly dangerous manner, right under the enemy. Look at that. It's the Viking outlook on the battle that makes me do it. I feel like a pirate on his tracker, defiant of the waves and sky and enemy planes, which tended to be a big problem for the Vikings. During their raids. Here you come, yeah. It's an enemy. It's an enemy German plane of some disguise. Where did you go? Okay, I'm completely alone, by the way. No one helping me. Let's see how this thing turns. Well, fairly decently, I'd say. Even against a BF, fairly decently. The problem is that there's two of them, and that's a big problem. Let's see, Well, but I outturn. They're just the base defenders, by the way they fly. Okay. It's actually doable, I guess. Where is the base? Far enough not to worry about it. Okay, you're trying to surprise me. I'm gonna surprise you. I will have the last word. I think I hit him. Shit, the other one is on my tail. Okay, that one is down. Hopping ponies with me. If hopping ponies with me, I'm no longer worried. They damaged the tail. Nothing behind. The other base defender go. Pony is engaging him. Show him your strength, Pony. Pony up. he's gonna get it. I mean, it's okay for me. I'm almost out of cannon rounds, unfortunately. I don't know how effective I will be without cannon rounds, so honestly. Just machine gun. What's the caliber of this thing? $13mm. I don't know how many it has though. And it's not like I can easily check because I'm also using stealth tracers. I guess I should start to think about resupplying. There's plenty of targets along the way in any case. After all, I kill 2 bombers and 1 fighter on this sortie. You're gonna run out of ammo like that. Yes, Nix. No, 20. 20 millimeters. 20 millimeters and 13.2 millimeters. But it's got plenty of them. Now, today I'm using stealth tracers. I don't remember how many. But when you fire, you can see the quantity of stuff that comes out of this thing. It actually reminds me of the Italian SM-91 in terms of firepower, if you can believe it. On a fighter, Nix, you gotta try this thing. It's a very good plane. I'm enjoying it immensely. It's also a turner. It can turn into a BF. I just proved it. Well, it wasn't a player BF. It was AI control. But I did turn into the thing. Nothing bad's gonna happen. The base flashes. The base flashes always on this map. For some reason. Oh well, 30mm would be a tank. What the hell? What's that? Well, I only got machine guns, but I mean, if you really... No, it's Hopping Pony, he's returning with me. We got 1 kill each. I will tell you the exact composition of its weaponry once I'm on the ground, and the game gives me back my mouse pointer, which gets practically kidnapped in VR. Hey Ricardo, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. I always play War Thunder and other flight simulators, but all kinds of VR games in general. So if you will want to watch me again, it will be my pleasure. Where is the base? Usual. Exceptional, let's call it exceptional texture work from the game's developer, preventing you from seeing anything at all. Should be right in front of me, I guess. I mean, the base is flashing, you see things moving fast above it. Normally you expect an enemy. It's only that in this match it's been the opposite since the very beginning. You keep seeing it flashing and then there's nothing there. Friendly, lucid subsets, friendly, and that's the other friendly base defender. No, but I know. It's just flashing just because. That's the runway, guys. There is planes with 37mm, 40mm. It's a crazy plane. But no more weird than the stuff Britain and Germany was producing. Well, yeah, but... well, you're right, in fact. No, I was going to say, but there weren't many producers of these, but not there weren't producing many of these either. Also, yeah, basically the lightning, no? Apart from the fact that it's a pusher prop, the aerodynamic design is kinda similar, and of the lightning there were many made. The front, a single engine fighter with a rear turret and forward-facing guns. Ah, I've never seen that one. Is it in War Thunder, Nix? I guess it would be. The front... Defiant, excuse me, I read it wrong. Defiant. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it once I'm on the ground. Yeah. It looks like you're overturning the plane, but actually it sits on an angle. Defiant, you tell me? Ah, look at this. I love it. P-82. This is British, right? Yes. No. Wait a sec. P-82 makes me think American. No, British. And the sub J... No, 21. Here it is, already Googled it. Swedish fighter and attack plane. Of these, they made... they made almost 300 of them. I thought it was some strange prototype. But they made plenty of them. And about the weaponry, I'll tell you now. Leave the plane. The idea is they will fly under bombers and fire out of their bellies. So it's like the Black Widow, basically. I've heard of that plane, the Flying AA. So this thing is armed with only one cannon, 20mm. Yeah, one cannon, 4 machine guns. One cannon, 4 machine guns. I thought the cannons were more, to tell you the truth. Then again, they wouldn't fit on the plane. Okay, spawning. Almost all of the Defiants were destroyed in the Battle of France. So there weren't many of these made, I guess. Unless they destroyed 300. I didn't think this was a 300 examples kind of plane. I would have thought there were many less. But actually, wow, must have been a fairly successful design. And yet he never fought in any war, right? I don't think so. There's even a jet version that you unlock further down the tree. In reality, they were so heavy, they had all the disadvantages of both fighters and bombers. That's typical of hybrid designs in general. The history of technology is filled with these things. Machines that are supposed to perform many tasks at once and then suck at every single one of them. It's a bit like the story of the 110, right? Actually, it's also kind of a similar concept. A bomber destroyer, very heavy. Well, but I guess that one wouldn't have been a bomber as well with a single engine. How can you have a bomber which also carries a turret? That would be kinda unlikely, to say the least. The thing is, these wasted some Merlin engines, and the War Ministry was very quick to realize which kinds of planes weren't working. I can understand why. War economy and all that. I hear a sound. Ciao! No, I don't have to stop yet. I will have to stop possibly later, but not yet. Okay, moving to the battle, I guess. Which objectives do we have? Protect the Allied convoy, destroy the enemy convoy, cover the surveillance aircraft. Well, when I see contacts down low, how can you resist the allure? Best not throttle to web until I'm in combat with this, because like I said, yeah, I lost overheating. What say you? Flying so low, looking around. No, it could be an enemy bomber hunting for prey, in theory. Oh, there's someone else in an interception course. Look at that. And I see orange tracers, white tracers. Okay, the fighter is the enemy. We are only with Japanese. No, wait a sec. The Swedish also have orange tracers, it seems. So I don't know, actually. I'll turn into the back of them bot. It was the friend. Key 45. Japanese shooting orange traces. I no longer know anything. And unfortunately, he will get the kill before I can, because I lined up in an improper manner. And now we'll have to go around and he will kill the bomber first. Unless the bomber kills him, I guess. Everything's possible. Oh no, but actually he's still flying. And this damage, because yes, Japanese planes in general are not the best to do that kind of job, whereas mine should prove quite excellent. Let's demonstrate it. Yeah, boom, boom. Dead, right? Yeah, Daisuke. Daisuke. Thank you for dying. You're welcome to die again. Was playing BOS last night at some good bomber sorties. Also one where I took a MiG-3, attacked a 111, and got shot down by its gunners. No. But it crashed like 8 minutes later, and they got the kill. I presume it's on the other line, because unfortunately there's a point where this chat box no longer scrolls properly, and I miss a line, but I think I get your meaning. I'll try to scroll it down further, but it will scroll by itself, I mean, as soon as I get another message. This program is stupid. 9 kills, 0 deaths, 1 assist. Let's do this double ace, come on. Give me another one or it's a double ace. Above the battle, maybe? I don't know, gents. Yesterday was performing poorly, really poorly. The game, I mean, Sturmovik. I got online, okay. Full server, I had 40-38 frames per second, which is horrible in VR, as you know. Then I got booted from the round. Then I joined another time and couldn't even start the plane before I got booted again. Tried combat box, I couldn't join. In the end, it was either switch to single player or end the session. I don't know. The game sometimes just doesn't want to work. It's crazy, that's what it is. They should really look into their netcode, in addition to the engine. I was reading just earlier that they're actually overhauling the engine soon, in any case. He was speaking on their Facebook page about a major renderer upgrade. This sounds very good, but knowing the developer, probably it won't be made for VR. So if it works better for VR, it might be even an accident. Not intentional, but friendly, okay. Look at this, bombers flying in formation. That's kinda rare to see in this game. Of course they were bots, not players. It's the same thing with DCS, really. I love DCS. I would play DCS from time to time, but now it no longer freaking works. Ah, okay, it's a formation, in fact. That's the reason they were flying together. Come on, I want my 10th kill before of the match end. The BOS development history is a bit of a nightmare, so it's a mess. Yeah. Well, every game has its stories. Every game has its caveats. But it's the final result that matters. And unfortunately, it's sorta good. It's teetering on the edge, so to speak. So if I wasn't streaming the game, it would be good enough. But the additional impact you get from the fact that you're streaming makes it unplayable. Really, no, I was struggling yesterday to even enjoy the game, because when you see everything double, when you have that effect that comes from the reprojection that makes it annoying as fuck, oh my god, it's a struggle to play it. Then once it took over and continued development, but they have inherited some problems from the major, rather opinionated. What do you mean opinionated? It's a strange choice of a term. Opinionated. So I guess if there was a change of development team, that must be also the reason the VR version has been abandoned. It's what happened with many other games, unfortunately. In general, the VR version of games seem to be made from someone was the team told, okay, work on that if you really care, but don't take too much time, and then never look at it ever again, and the results is clearly shown. This game still works well because luckily it's old. The fact that this game is old is actually a positive for VR gamers. because it makes the engine lighter, thus rendering it functional. Whereas something newer like Sturmovik, yeah, it runs like shit. There's not two ways about it. I mean, you can still sort of enjoy it, but many things have to be into alignment, and most of all, you mustn't be streaming. Having said that, together we can still play, because together it's fun enough to counteract it, but alone I don't know how often I would be doing it again. Alone probably I would still go for this. This works too much better. This works perfectly, you see. Despite the fact that I also enjoy the gameplay just as much, even if I enjoyed the gameplay less, like you, I would still prefer it, because it runs well, unlike Sturmovik. This is how I envision a VR game to run. It's perfect. That's what it is. Look at this. Stable 80 frames per second. No reprojection whatsoever. In a complex flight simulator. With more than 60 planes flying about. What the fuck? How could I lose that thing? He must be on the battle. I lost it completely. The main dev made design some choices and wouldn't change. They were stubborn with these choices, and I guess they weren't good choices by the way you're putting it. Every single VR game gives you such a sense of a wasted occasion, a wasted opportunity. This could just be... They could be ruling the market right now if only they actually cared about the new medium. It's that much better than normal gaming. What the fuck did that? I guess he crashed. It must be that thing there. Smoldering. No, that's not here. I mean, it's gone. It must be that. That must be him. Only possible explanation. I see another thing there. Moving so slowly that it seems stopped, but actually it isn't. That would be a plane. Is it landed even? In the middle of nothingness? If it's a kill waiting to happen, I would get it. Like someone would park this plane, I don't know. Smoking a cigarette. No, but in between the trees. What the heck am I looking at? That's a plane. Someone who crash landed, yeah. Well, as I said, if it's a kill, I'll get it. I don't even know what the heck I shot at. Ma? Because it's old, it's not really something that came due to diligence or good programming, but that's the thing. It's the thing that I'm constantly saying. We don't need games made for VR. We need VR support in all the games, because if done correctly, they will be better as games and better VR games, because they will just run better, and that's what we need at this time. Otherwise, people will just keep complaining about their nausea and sickness. And also, yeah, made for VR games are good if the made for VR games don't suck. And I won't be saying Half-Life Alyx, but I'm saying Half-Life Alyx right now, because yes, in general it's a good game, but if it wasn't in VR, people would say, has Valve gone crazy to release such a thing? Can I describe the game in one sentence? Okay, Half-Life Alyx. Are we speaking about the linear, story-driven shooter where armor scarcity is a main dynamic, and you gotta counteract said ammo scarcity through the use of hacking mini-games? This is what the fuck we are speaking about, you see. It wasn't just a sentence. But we're speaking about a game where hacking mini-games are a driving force of gameplay. This is Half-Life Alyx. I say no more. I mean, it looks good. It has good dynamics, it has good physics, everything nice, the enemy design is great. But it's a game where you have to do a hacking mini-game like 10,000 times. In 2020. from Valve, a shitload of people just bought VR headset to play it. So the VR market just got bigger, yeah. But these people will, like, I don't know if you ever watched, do you know Danke, the YouTube critic that does the funny videos, no? He might be representative, what the fuck? He might be representative of a casual gamer, so to say. And his opinion is basically can be summed up by, did I actually spend 1,000 euros to play this shit? And I think many people will think the same once they complete Half-Life Alyx. You see a lot of enthusiasts from now, people that love VR and basically they're a bit biased on the matter, biased, I don't know how it's pronounced. They will love it no matter what. But other people who are seeing the truth of the matter will be saying after the initial enthusiasm as well, but this game kinda suck. I mean, VR is making games worse, and in fact it is. If that is the future of VR, it's making games worse as a whole. Then you look at these glaring reviews that give it 10 out of 10, and what they say is, but you can move things around, you are truly inside the game, you really are immersed in it, okay? But these are good points about VR as a whole, not about Half-Life Alyx. Any VR game puts you inside the game and lets you move things around with physics. It's only that Half-Life Alyx doesn't even do that as well as certain other titles. Case in point, Boneworks, which by the way I also hated, but at least the dynamics and the mechanics of it were top notch, and you gotta give it that at the very least. Half-Life Alyx doesn't even have melee, for Christ's sake. And also the problem that the game is designed about these two solutions of direct movement and teleportation, no? Teleportation is going to ruin everything. You have a section where basically you have to run from an enemy that shoots you, and you're not supposed to run because the movement speed is so slow. You're supposed to teleport around. It's the most stupid thing. You're like Harry Potter teleporting around while someone shoots you with an assault rifle. What the fuck? That's the new game from Valve Software, the making of Half-Life 2. I don't know, man. It's a wasted opportunity. It's another wasted opportunity, in my opinion. That's how it feels to me. The graphic is so amazing that actually makes it even more of a wasted opportunity. And don't take me wrong, I actually did enjoy it. I did enjoy it from beginning to the end because it looked so awesome, because it was so immersive. But the actual gameplay of it, from a design standpoint, kinda sucks. This is just the start. Hopefully better VR games will come along. There are plenty of people with headsets who would like good games to play on them. That's the thing, gents. I'm less an optimist on that because I see people clamoring about the shittiest games all the time. Most of the things that sell a lot, in my opinion, right now are not good games. And what's gonna happen with VR? They're going to translate these games into VR, and if they're gonna do it like Valve just did it with Alyx, they will be just worse than what we had before. And being worse, it won't be that good advertisement from the medium as we would hope, I'm afraid. People will see the truth. We'll see how freaking small. I mean, it's fairly good as a game in general, but that is the new Half-Life game from freaking Valve, okay? The new Half-Life game from freaking Valve. A story-driven, linear shooter with small levels, repetitive enemies, hacking mini-games, and ammo scarcity. That is the new Half-Life game from Valve via VR. Now imagine the same thing made by a normal developer. What's gonna come out of it? I have to believe that the alternative is that VR ends up being a niche or slowly dies. I think it will stay a niche for a lot of years, personally. And that's a damn shame, because even for niche gaming, it's actually awesome. The problem is that people see it as a sort of peripheral, no? Like the Wii Remote, like the Kinect. It's a gimmick. People see it as a gimmick. And developers try to sell it as a gimmick. But VR is not like a joystick, it's not like a controller. VR is like a monitor. It's a different way to look at the game, to interface yourself with the game, not to interact with it. Okay, the interaction part is cool, it's what's driving the sales right now, but the interaction part, as it is, will never be as good as what we already had. It's the immersion part that they should work on it. And that brings to my basic idea, which I continuously repeat. We don't need VR games, we need VR support in normal games. Every single new shooter should have VR support into it, even if it's not perfect. Because it will still be 10,000 times better than playing it normally. Like, imagine the Doom you recently bought, no? The new Doom. If it had VR support, even a simple one like the Serious Sam games that are on Steam, which are pretty fun, by the way, just handling the gun and shooting and moving around in VR, wouldn't it already be 10 times the game? In my opinion, it would be absolutely. I know for certain that I would have already bought it, even if it had a sort of simple VR support. And it certainly would have been better than Half-Life Alyx. 100%, okay? I don't need to pick around the cans, I don't need to interact with the hacking minigames. I just want a shooter where I'm inside the shooter and not looking at it on a screen. That is the future of VR. VR supporting normal games. Having someone in each development team dedicated to that, okay, that puts some basic support of VR into a normal game, and that would be already a step forward for the games, okay? Now, if Valve were to start development of Half-Life 3 right now, maybe they would be the exception, but I'm not even that sure they would put VR support into it. Like, a normal developer makes a new shooter from a famous series. Maybe he will make a mini game together with it that has VR, but the main title will be without VR, as it things stand. Because they want to develop the entire game around a gimmick. It doesn't need to be a gimmick. It doesn't want to be that. This is what I've been thinking all these 3 days while suffering through Half-Life Alyx. Because, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it, but I also suffered through it. Like, constantly thinking, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is the new Half-Life for Valve. I cannot believe it. Of course it's gonna be good. It's made from freaking Valve. But it shouldn't have been good. It should have been exceptional. Should have been groundbreaking. That's not even groundbreaking in the only context of VR, in my opinion. Actually, it's quite of a step back, even compared to something like, I don't even say Boneworks. It's a step back from freaking Blade and Sorcery. It's a step back from Arizona Sunshine, even. It's that, he plays that safe. Now, yeah, it looks very good, design, value of production, content, plot, lore, everything is very good, but the game itself is so underwhelming, man. And I tend to judge games as games. I might be the outlier in that. Everyone seems to want experiences, interactive experiences. No, for me a game it has to be a game first and foremost. Only the interaction matters. Okay, time to dive. Well, above the objective and I see several shapes. Flying the zero now. We're being Japanese. I'm gonna scream the Japanese war cry now. So instead of Ikia, I'm gonna say... Well, Banzai is a bit too obvious. Something crazier. Like possibly... I don't know. Okay, it's a friend. What the fuck? It's not the new Half-Life. Well, it should freaking be. It should be the new Half-Life. Valve themselves have said this is not a main series story. And well, okay. So you said it, then it makes it okay. Like, I'm gonna say, I'm not even putting all of my resources into this. And who, me, the gamer, should say, you're giving us VR gamers the gift of an half-decent game. Praise be, Valve overlords. You're giving us half-a-decent game. No, this will make me even angrier, okay? If you're going to half-ass it, full-ass it. Full-ass. Give it the proper attention it deserves. That's the future. Yeah, 0-0. 0-0, it's zero time. It should have been freaking Half-Life 3. If Valve was working at full speed on this, it would have been Half-Life 3. But then people will complain. I know what you're gonna answer, but people will complain because they won't be able to play it without VR. Well, people complained when Half-Life 2 came out and you had to install Steam for it. Did they care? No, because they knew it had amazing commercial potential. In fact, it was the beginning of their 20 years rule and counting. So it's even possible that the company is not courageous as it used to be. I think at some stage it was supposed to be Half-Life 3. I think probably in Gaben's mind it would have been Half-Life 3 because he's ambitious enough, but now would that have paid his dividends? Not. Probably not. Doesn't matter. A company is made to produce money first and foremost. He has to care for his profit. He cannot really follow his passion. But I think the passion originally would have been that, to make Half-Life 3 in VR. At some point in development, they must have changed their aim. Did I kill it? That's Pravda Donna. He was my friend from before. No, and now we are enemies. That are the rules of war. Is dead? Yeah. No, he killed the other guy. This guy is good. Pravda Nonna is good. And now I also lost sight on him. Ah, here he is. He's evading the other guy like nothing. I'm the only one who can stop it. I'm like the agent from Matrix. And this Neo, or vice versa, I guess. But the Zero is like a dancer. He can turn after anything, especially an Hellcat, which is gonna freaking die, like right now. Yeah, bing! Clean kill. Watch out for the Mustang here, man. Yes, I remember having to install Steam to install Half-Life 2 and thinking, what is this shit? But then it made the game run slower. When Steam was open, there was nothing in the store. Yeah. But actually, that was some good idea from them, huh? That was some good idea. You know, I actually found my CD-ROM from the first Half-Life just yesterday. How did you have so much energy, 109? Hey, it's Kiav. Kiav, thank you for following the stream. We usually play flight simulator games. I sometimes hate on Half-Life Alyx, but it's a passing thing. I won't be doing that much longer, I promise. Sometimes I also do driving games, as you can see by this wheel that I have here. And someone has asked me, but do you play War Thunder with the wheel? No, actually I don't. I did try for setting up a control scheme for the tanks using the wheel, but it didn't prove that workable, unfortunately. You still have to aim with the mouse to be effective with tanks. Maybe for the ships, I'm thinking just now, the wheel could act as a ship rudder? I don't know, I gotta look into it. After this sortie, I'm gonna show you my original Half-Life CD-ROM in Italian. I found it yesterday. I was thinking of showing it during the stream, but then it took me so long to finish the fucking game. You know why it took me so long? Because I ran out of ammo. I ran out of ammo constantly during that game. You have to remember how slow PCs were at the time. A big program like Steam had a significant impact on them. Well, to tell you the truth, I must have had a better PC than you then, because I seem to remember thinking quite the opposite. Well, but after all, it's not that bad. You only need it for the game activation, and then the actual game ran well. And what a game it was. That was a memorable game. Completely different in scope. The purpose was make a good game, not give these guys a decent half-assed thing to enjoy with their VR devices. It was groundbreaking, much more, just for that, for the fact that they had the right idea from the beginning. Now I think, with Alyx, they started along the same line, but then realized the resources just wouldn't have been there, and perhaps even thought, but this is enough. Look at the average quality of VR games. Even just having decent graphics in a VR game will give it stellar reviews. And in fact, yes, like I said, most reviews are giving the game the merit of VR in general. That's saying it's incredibly immersive. Yeah, every game is incredibly immersive in VR, and yet I don't see glaring reviews for the VR version of War Thunder or anything else, really. Physics, interaction, puzzles. No, it wasn't bad. It was good at the time. It was groundbreaking. No, I don't dislike physics, interaction, and puzzles in general. I dislike turning a freaking ball with lasers that you have to match, because it's a shitty puzzle. The puzzles from the old Half-Life made some sense, at the very least. In general, I prefer action gaming, you know why? Because it's more replayable. A puzzle, once you solve it, it's over. You will never extract more fun from it. Hi Balkrishna, thank you for liking my stream. Welcome to the War Thunder stream that also shits on Valve's games from time to time. It's become like a hobby for me. I see a contact. Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Foe. Foe. It's a foe. It's a friend. Fuck you. It's the other Janes. Hi, Janes Wibberley. For liking my stream. No, it's you. It's the usual James. Wibberley is you. Excuse me, I forgot the surname. I thought it was the other James that was here yesterday. And also... No! Okay, I'm on fire. Yeah, freaking origami plane made of paper. And while I fall ruinously to the ground, the kind of opinion you can expect from a War Thunder player, Shake said, sadly. I guess. Look at this, I'm gonna show it to you. Actually, it's not easy to reach it. It's here. Yeah, this one. I don't know if the camera will allow to see it properly, but this is my original Half-Life CD. Covering the... I don't know which of these is. Okay. Run, think, shoot, live. In Italian, huh? I cannot actually read it, you know why? I see shit without my glasses. And the camera doesn't let me read it either. I thought I was reading the entire back of the CD-ROM, but it's gonna be difficult. I can see shit without glasses. Okay. Back to the plane. Let's return. Yes, so how you don't use flaps? This guy is a complainer. Okay. And I guess I'll pick the key 100 now, a classic. Starting close to the objective. More light, please. There wasn't enough. This camera sucks in lighting. Okay, so it didn't work as well as I expected. Well, maybe later. It looked like a good idea at the time. But I guess I was wrong in trying to do it. No, it's these cameras that kinda suck. The camera over there would have been able to show it properly. But then, how could I... Shit, there's no light. Yeah. I don't know where my original Half-Life 2 box has finished. Has ended up. That was actually... I don't remember. It was released before the orange box, right? The orange box was a different thing. Ah, yes, with episode 1, Portal... I have them all in any case, somewhere. Portal and Counter-Strike Source. Counter-Strike Source, not Counter-Strike Go. That came out later. Much later, actually. Okay, combat is going on. Look at that. Just what we wanted. Some more combat. To jump in. Orange, orange. Orange means enemy. It's the orange tracer's box. Green smoke. Green smoke. I wonder if the green smoke guy is friend or foe. Hard to tell. Uh-huh. I found you. No, this is the friend. This is also a friend. Then where the fuck is the enemy? Oh, here it is. Look at that, right in front of me. Oh, you think you lost him, but actually he's right in front of you, and I think also dead, yeah? It's Plavdanon again. No, he's gonna complain in chat, I bet. It's a complainer, this guy. No elevator or radar. Perfectly executed. With my trusty key 100. My eyes are sweating really bad in this VR. Who's saying it? Iron Ship. By the way, Zarlog Corsair now received 3 back mirrors. Ah! I noticed something strange when I flew it the other day. When did I fly it? I had a couple of days ago a very difficult session with American Tier 4 where they really was kicking my ass. There were 3 guys flying together, very hard to get. And my Corsair looked strange. I kept wondering what was different. So the fact that it has 3 mirrors was different. We're gonna fly American rank 4 together again, Nix, because I'm still bad at it. You have to teach me a thing or two, I guess, about the use of this plane. The annoying part of the Corsair rank 4 is that it breaks during the dive. It's done to me several times. It's a surprisingly fragile plane. You know, I never noticed what kind of compass I have on. That's a goddamn artificial horizon right there, in between the legs. Strange place to put it. Then they made it freaking huge because it's so far from the eyes of the pilot, I guess. Not the latest Corsair, then it already had them, I guess, because I noticed 3 mirrors. The early Corsair, the 1D, and the Canon version 1C. I like the Canon version, then I stopped flying it altogether because it's so long to spawn, and at the same time not very effective at rank 4, unfortunately. It's an in-between, making no one happy. Disappointing at every rank for a reason or another. No, when you're actually flying it at rank 3, it kicks ass. The problem is that you do it only very rarely. Unfortunately, no. Now if I want to progress further in the American Tech 3, I will have to spend a lot of money on one of the rank 4 planes. Otherwise, it doesn't let me even unlock the following tier. Is the higher tier the rank 4 Mustang good? The one that has some difference in detail, I think you told me. Is it worth getting? Because the problem is, I wanted the big twin engine, the Tiger Cat. How was its name? I don't remember. The Tiger something. The Hell Tiger. The one with the twin engine. I wanted to get that, but to get that, I gotta buy another Bearcat first. And that would cost me a lot, actually. I would run out of money if I tried to do that. So now I'm more tempted to go straight for the Corsair, for the Mustang, and from that unlock maybe the next tier, which is tier 5, by the way. So what would you get? Another Bearcat or the better Mustang at American Rear 4? This is the question, essentially. More like the short-range fighter. Ah, I see. Spray and pray. It's not like I love the Bearcat, to tell you the truth. It's difficult to use. It spins like crazy. That was another bad moment of the other day's stream. When I was flying that and I just spin during the dogfight. It never happens to me. With that plane it does happen to me. So yeah, I had a pretty bad session. Well, at least the first part of the session. Breaking the Corsair, spinning the Tiger Cat. Really having trouble at the rank. The one you're speaking about is the twin engine, okay. And what about the Mustang superior version? Is it good, any? At all? I gotta progress further in that Tech 3. It would be a shame not to. Okay. Zizi! I guess it's a bee, an angry bee of a player. Destroy the enemy attackers. B2. Well, B2. They will come to the battle, I guess. Let's head to the battle. While checking targets along the way. It's a fast plane, I think, Cart told me, the Tiger Cat. So it should have a use similar to the Mustang. But it's twin engine, perhaps more like the Black Widow, I guess. It was funny. Let me show that CD. Except that there is no light, so you don't see shit. And I don't have glasses, so I don't see shit either. That was a nice idea. The later Mustang is fast, hard to catch, but usually face the Messerschmitt 262. Ooh, that's gonna look ugly. Well, but I mean, it's the same tier bracket. You're gonna face it nonetheless. At least I know what I'm getting into with that. It's a Mustang. The problem is I run out completely out of money the moment I do it. So it's annoying, yes, because I'd like to progress further in the American Tech Tree, but at the same time I can buy like 2 or 3 planes from lower tiers of other nations with that kind of money. For something that I won't even use that much. I guess I'm at the point where most people give up with moving further up the tree and just go play a different freaking nation, like everyone tends to do after a while in this game. It's the early tiers where most of the fun is, in any case, but at the same time the purpose should be to move up. If you don't move up, you're kinda defeating the purpose, I guess. Have you seen that the Swedish also have a Mustang, by the way? I should be getting it not so far... It's not so distant for me to unlock, I mean, if you know what I mean. Okay. Oh, look at Pravda Nonna. He's attacking the ground. Possibly the ground battle. But I'm tracking this. I guess it's worth checking out what we have here. It's fast indeed. It's exercise well armored, sacrificing agility. Ah, that's not my style of plane. Well, of course, the Mustang isn't my style of plane either. But it would be less bad, so to say. What's my altitude? 23, okay. Ah, he's already at that point. He wanted to fly the Swedish very bad. Yeah, he told me. He really... He wants the jet. He's convinced that unlocking the jet will give him a lot of viewers. That was the idea that he was selling to me when we played together the Swedish the first day. The jet looks fairly cool indeed. He's a great fan of it, I guess. So I'm a bit behind. It's gonna take longer for me to get there. If I ever will, I don't know. The problem are always the credits. Unless you pay up a bit, it's difficult to reach the higher tiers in a reasonable time. I wonder what's the capabilities of the Swedish Mustang. It will have different weaponry at the very least, I guess. It's possible, guys, that I'm coming to a moment when the stream might have an interruption. I'm not sure. Not saying it in advance, but it's a possibility. Then perhaps I'll come back online, but not 100%. More like an attacker or bomber interceptor. Ah, okay. So it's kind of like the Black Widow, I guess. Something I would enjoy, probably, like once a week. To spend all my credits for that, I don't know. Maybe the Mustang is a better choice. Here's our battle. Come on, let's try to make a difference in it. With the trusty Key 100. Ba-boom, ba-boom. The guy with the VR is sweating too much. Where the heck do you live? It's winter, man. He keeps saying, I'm sweating, I'm sweating. Point a fan at yourself, I don't know. There are solutions for that problem. That's Pravda Nonna. Yeah, attacking the ground troops. Let's make him taste some lead. Perfect alignment. Yes. You're attacking the ground troops, eh? You're attacking the ground troops, buddy. Yeah. Dead? No. And dead. Did I get it? Yes. People love to do ground attack on the Corsair. I mean on the Hellcat. It must be better than I expected at that job. That's the friendly guy that almost stole my kill, I guess. But I'm not 100%. Ooh, watch out! I pushed the stick too much. That's hella dangerous on this plane. No, this is a bomber. Enemy one. Watch out, it's a B-25! Oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit. Am I gonna leave it? I don't know, huh? It's a bad idea to go for the B-25 with a Japanese fighter, but at the very same time, I guess, no? Can you really let it go? Let it go, let it go. Na 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 na. Oh, I lost it. How do you do something so big? Wait a sec, that's a more inviting target. Maybe it's for the best that I actually lost that team, because I would absolutely died going for it. No, this is a friend. I stayed with the Sea Mustang just because I hated it first, then slowly painfully loving it. Now you have to make sure all that effort pays well. For the trouble. Which Mustang are you speaking about? Not the first one, I guess. Maybe the one I was speaking about, the tier 4 one. Ah no, the Chi Mustang is the tier 3, I guess. Yes, because then comes the D Mustang and then I guess the E Mustang. Where did the B-25 go? Yes, in fact with the Sea Mustang I'm enjoying some success as well now. Some, I still do better in a tank fighter, but I'm kinda decent, I guess. The D Mustang I still cannot use properly. I don't know, it's different, because with the D Mustang, mostly it's the kind of planes you end up facing. You cannot do the same strategy, like hit and run tactic. It doesn't work as well. Planes actually can follow you a rank 4. Most of them can. So, a tier 4, like now, since it's my main plane, because in the end it's my main plane, the D Mustang at tier 4 is my main plane for the US side, I suffer. I cannot use it properly. Same strategy as the Mustang C doesn't cut it at rank 4, absolutely. You cannot outrun almost anything. Are you good with it? We didn't play together with the Mustang D. But honestly, I don't know how to use it. Absolutely, you gotta teach me. Enemy? What do you say? This looks like an enemy. This looks like an enemy. This is an enemy. This is an enemy that's gonna die. That's gonna die like right now. Just a bit more, just a bit more. I suck. Do I suck or what? Okay. It's okay because I'm a Japanese. I can turn after almost anything. Yeah, you want me to overshoot you? That's not gonna work. It's Pravda, no, he's gonna hate me. I know he's gonna hate me. I killed this guy so many times. This entire match I must have killed him like 4 times already. And he's not that bad of a player, it's just unlucky, I guess. Now he's doing Blue Smoke. In an act of defiance, I guess. Okay. Now I want to make it an assault brawler. I love the shock factor. Impact on the enemy. Yeah, I would love you to see you use that plane in that way. I hate Japanese fighter. Should I respond to him? Well, I hate American fighter when I'm Japanese. And vice versa. We are meant to be enemies. In this. No, I won't respond to him. It might seem that I want to flame, and that's very far from the truth. How's my ammo? Nah, I still have it. The saltiness, the tears of the enemy actually oil up my engine and make it run better. Salt is power in this world. Yeah, also, no? I mean... Well, first of all, he was completely unaware, because it was me missing. If I didn't suck at doing the ambush, I would have killed him on the first shot. He was just completely unaware of his surroundings, that's the truth of it. And also he was doing ground attack the other time I killed him. So if you're doing ground attack without cover, you're kind of asking for it. But there's a lot of people that are actually good in the minute-by-minute dogfight, but never thought about the strategy aspect of it. And I was like that before I started streaming, absolutely. I could maneuver the plane well enough, but about thinking the correct approach to situation, I was a complete noob. It was playing with you in the comments, Nix, and together with you and the others in game that taught me about it. Until you play alone, some things just don't come to you naturally. You can achieve prowess in handling the stick naturally, but handling the stick is only half the story. Enemy? Enemy. Might that be an enemy? I hear something, I might have to mute the stream. Aspetta, non mi parlare, aspetta un secondo. Let me kill this thing, then I mute the stream. Oh shit, right now it had to happen. Okay, my pilot blacked out. Is this Pravda on again? Okay. He got distracted at the wrong time. This is what happened. Back. Okay. I got distracted at the wrong time, but actually I'm still winning probably, because I could have turned him no probs with a Japanese fighter. Sa, se servo... Shit is faster though. Not that much faster. Ooh, I'm starting to overheat. Where's the enemy base? Still far it seems. No, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him. And catch him. And catch him. I think I'm gonna catch him. Unless the engine breaks first. Come on. Turn. You know you want to turn. No, but I couldn't do anything because I got distracted, otherwise I would have won no problem. But wait a sec. I don't think he's getting away. The problem is the engine temperature, but I'm still yellow. This is a chase for the ages. He only damaged slightly the tail. Luckily I didn't catch fire. I'm slowly gaining because he thinks that turning helps the chase for some reason. Let's give him something to worry about. Oh, anti-air, he brought me to the base. Shit. That was the most likely outcome, actually. Am I gonna die from this? What do you say? I think so. No, I didn't. Okay. Lucky bastard. You're a lucky guy. Just because they called on me at the wrong time. Exciting episode of playing COD. He's weaving because he wants to check his 6. Yeah. Guys. Exciting episode of playing COD. But James, you do play Call of Duty. That's the thing that makes it strange. You do play and enjoy Call of Duty because you told me so. So, if you like Call of Duty, why wouldn't you like playing Call of Duty? It's playing crazy, not too. Simple as that. It's playing crazy, man. Here you come back. Here you come back. He really has it with me, eh? He's holding some beef. Okay. And now you're in deep shit, man, because like I outturned you previously, I will outturn you again. He just thinks he's gonna win. Except that he's not, because I turned better. But he still doesn't understand it. Shit. Okay. He's a cool duel. Is he gonna crash? I think he's gonna crash. No. Lucky bastard once more. I think it's Pravda Nonna. He's got some beef with the Japanese fighters, it seems. Problem is, he doesn't understand. If I outturn you once, I will outturn you again, no? Your only chance was... Now he's running again. He's an annoying guy. Running with the tail between your legs. I think he's gonna fly me in chat after this, because he's a bit of a nervous guy. Go to the base, I don't care. Amazing strategy. Fuck invisible hacker. How did you hide? This guy is annoying. Man, you just lack awareness. It's that simple. Team hall. He's coming again. Is he an idiot or what? He's coming again. Nah, I'm not gonna give it. He's stupid. Should I give him? The fact is, I'm running low on ammo. Let me see, eh? He just keeps coming. Let me see if he responds. I can't see the stupid chat in VR. Pravda, if you're gonna cry, go play. Cry me a river. Cry me a river, Pravda. Entangled him. I gotta respond to this guy. Also, why you seeking turn combat against Key 100 with a Hellcat? That's a question for the ages, I guess. The Let's flame this guy a bit. Play victim. He got roasted by his teammate. Yeah, he got. I think I should repair a resupply, honestly. Yeah. He took a chunk out of my tail after all, and also I'm running low on ammo. These guys can be entertaining though, huh? He's not responding. He's not responding. I wrote key 110. Well, I'm writing in VR. He's not responding. He's got 9 kills, huh? He's crying, but he's got 9 kills. Well, that was disappointing, this guy said. You know, you saw that too. He's not responding. He took it wrong. He got offended. 9 kills, but with 4 deaths, huh? Does she just vanish? How typical of this guy. Yeah, I'm also low on fuel. Probably a player bot and another player connected, yeah. Also that, yeah, you gotta give in that. Still, in my opinion, to complain in chat is always wrong. Also, they were saying hacker. That made me angry. Hacker what? What the heck are you speaking about, hacker? What the shit I'm streaming? If I was hacking, I would be the stupidest man on earth. Invisible hacker. Like, does even a hack exist that make your plane invisible? It seems unlikely. We're almost at base finally. Indeed. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Counter-Strike, it's normal. I got accused of hacking all the time when I used to be good at that thing. People just cannot comprehend the fact that maybe they suck at the game. World of Tanks is terrible also in that respect. World of Tanks has the worst community in existence, I think. It's a well-known fact. Stupid kids. Think anyone with skill must be hacking. I think it's like 10-year-olds who don't really know what they mean. Yeah? Just what their friends say. Typical. No, it makes no sense, guys. Absolutely. It ruins the game for everyone, included yourself. Why the fuck even bother? I never understood about it. Like in PUBG, no? Okay, you come to the end, you win the match because you have auto-aim. But how does that give you satisfaction? I don't understand the point of view. Not only you're making the day worse for everyone, but also for yourself. I would value like coming in the first 10 much more than winning the match. Well, actually, even just playing the game without hacking is worth more, so it's not like it's saying much. I think I'll keep the key 100. It's proven fairly effective. Let's see if we can find the Celtic guy again. I know where he will be, flying 100 meters from the ground in his Hellcat, bombing the tanks. Possibly. Okay. It's a good plan, Nix. And to think I was completely overlooking it in the Tech 3 until you told me about it. I know that we should be in BOS. Learn the Stuka. Okay, I like the idea. In fact, I was going to learn it before you told me don't bother because it sucks. The only reason that I haven't flown the Stuka anymore is that you told me that it sucks. You fucking hacking again. Who? Who is he even speaking to? Who is he even speaking to? I'm doing nothing right now. Well, I'm not going to respond to that because I'm not even sure he's speaking to me at this point. Diving with the siren on. Stuka is always on in BOS. Now everyone is crazy about the Stuka. When I was flying the Stuka the other day, you were telling me, but it sucks, it's underpowered, it's not a good bomber, why do you even bother with the Stuka? Now suddenly, Nix, the Stuka is always on. Jess, the Stuka is wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna pick the Stuka. I actually have the Stuka also in this game, because I have the Italian Stuka. The Italian Stuka is an early model, I think. Oh, bomber. Friendly. I love this Stuka myself. It looks fun. It looks nice. It looks like how a kid would envision a badass plane from World War II, and that's the reason I used to fly it. But in fact, it felt a bit underpowered, to tell you the truth, especially at full bomb load. Like it took off like an old lady. It's not a good bomber, no. But it's got cannons, right? It can strafe the tanks. In the War Thunder it's a flying coffin though. So it's good but it's also a flying coffin. I guess it makes it a good flying coffin. These things also have a purpose in game, possibly. I'm actually flying towards friendly territory right now because I was seeing these targets over there, but favorite food for my buffalo. Okay, I hear a sound that's worrying me a bit. Ciao! Che ti do aiutare? The only thing in the Stuka's favor is dive bombing, means he can bomb accurately. Ok, allora continuo. No response. Apparently I don't have to interrupt anything. Things are played out in a way that permits for me to continue gameplay. I almost called it a flying haystack. Because it catches fire easily, I guess. Okay. But not many players use it in War Thunder in general. Or in BOS for that matter. You just don't see that many player control Stuka in general. That's a friend. That's not a friend. What the fuck? It's not a friend. Will it be Pravda Nonna? I think it's Pravda Nonna again. It's his haircut. Imagine how he's gonna flame me now. Because he keeps on fighting against the Ki-100, this guy. He's so sure his powerful, wonderful Hellcat can outrun Japanese fighters. Because apparently he watched some war movies from Pearl Harbor and the like, and now he's convinced American technology wins over everything. Yeah, run away, run away. I like you when you do like this. He's even flying the superior version of the Hellcat, the one with the radar. Wants to go slow. I'm going a bit too slow for my plane. Apparently the Hellcat can go slower than this. This is something I learned only today. Absolutely didn't expect it. Not that it's gonna make any difference. But still. Was surprising. Boom. Was he Pravda Nonna? Tell me he was. Tell me, I don't know. Ah yes, Pravda Nonna. I gotta read his response. Let's see his analysis of the battle. You fucking hacker! No. You fucking hacker! No. Let me see the message from the friends, not the one from the enemies. Hi, you know the lags. I almost called it a fire. You know the lags? But the Canon Stuka is a real tank killer. I read that in Russian the pilot jacked those letters stood for guaranteed varnish cover. A reference to it may be made of laminated, bakelite, infused plywood. Really, man, that was the material of it. I didn't know it. Extremely flammable. That's the Hellcat. That's gonna hurt. So, no flaming. He's out of words. He's at a loss for words. Apparently, he was sure he would be moving slower than me, and that would have made him win the match. How wrong I proved him to be. Guys, I think I gotta interrupt one moment to go speak with someone. In any case, I'm close to the base. And also, a resupply is not completely useless. So I'm going to land 1 sec and go speak with this person and then come back. This is better than what I expected because I feared I had to outright stop the stream. That's out of the picture right now, but I still gotta stop 1 sec and put you guys in on hold. I hope you will be patient. Let me land. No, in fact, yeah, he was flying it like a Japanese fighter, yes. In fact, he had nothing to say. This time he found no words. Disappointing. I was hoping he would say something, but he didn't. The Hellcat can fly slow, without stalling, though. I didn't expect it. Quite surprising, really. I learned something new because I also enjoy using that plane. Okay, now I don't want to leave the plane on the ground while I go speak with this person, so let me despawn first. Just a sec to resupply. Oh! 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 What the fuck? I gotta wait 30 seconds. So how's the match going? Well, 5 kills, 1 death. I don't know why I died, I don't remember. Someone surprised me, I guess. The Pravda Nonna guy, actually, if I hadn't killed him like 4 times, he would be going pretty freaking well. 9 kills, 5 deaths. So, too bad he's such a complainer. Okay, like I said, unfortunately, this is COVID related. I gotta speak with this person and be right back. 2 secs at most.
Attention to the map! On me! Attack the A point! Attack the A point! On me!
Hey, wait a sec. I'll close the door because I hear people speaking. Okay, we can go on, no problem. Yeah, if you can believe it, a relative of mine got stopped twice on her way to buy the groceries. Isn't that crazy? Twice, by police and then carabinieri, the military police that we have in Italy. So actually you're supposed to make a self... what's the name in English? You write this document that justifies the fact that you went buy the groceries. Oh shit. No? Okay, I guess I'll start from a different airfield. Leave the plane. No! Bail. Why did you say bail? I sure hope it didn't count for that. In any case, I gotta respond there, I think. Did it count for a kill? No, it didn't. Okay. So, start. Twice. So, you compile this document where you write that you're going to buy the groceries. But the first road stop requested of her the document. And for the second one, she no longer had it. And she had to make another on the spot. It's that difficult to go out of the house right now in Italy. That difficult it is. Okay, taking off. Let's kill ourselves some more Hellcat. Let it on the ground. He won't kick you after repair. Don't despawn. Oh well. Okay, no, but I didn't get kicked. I made it on time. Now, also, if I was still parked there, he would have killed me. So it was actually a good idea not to. Attack the A point.
Cover me! Follow me!
Follow me. Straight for the objective. Come on. I wonder if Pratanonna will be there. Of course he will be there. Crying his tears again. Someone's streaming here as well. TTV Noki B. Noki Bo. I stream every day. 5:30 to 9:30 East. Noki Bo. Let's see the score of this guy. Ah, he's good. He's one of the people that are playing better than me. Well, no, actually, maybe he just came online earlier. He started with the match, I guess. Noki Bo. Do you know that guy, Nix? Being a fellow streamer of ours. But he will be streaming on Facebook, I guess. I mean, he will be streaming on Twitch, not Facebook. Okay, what's the situation? Some contact down low. That will be a friend. Also rushing to the jet. Why is this thing making a sound? Click clock, click on. Tell me it breaks, because anything that breaks I won't be able to replace until the pandemic is over. It's already happened enough times. What do you say? Above or below the clouds? Well, I'm a Japanese fighter, I don't care for no altitude. I actually would rather have the enemies down low and drag them into the mud of town combat. That's a big formation of something. Cover the bombers. Okay. So friendly. And they are so close to the jetty that the enemy is sure to be engaging them. Meaning that maybe we will find our friendly Pravda guy over there with his haircut. Pravda non. It's now up to 10 kills. That's a boom and zoomer. Or it might be the escort, eh? It might be the escort of the bombers engaging someone. It does like that. It goes straight for it normally. Someone else coming from below. These are all the bombers. I best not overheat even before I enter combat. Okay, that's the formation. White tracers, orange tracers. Orange tracers is 100% certified enemies, so go for him. Look how he's climbing. That will be the Pravda guy. No, it's a twin engine, okay. Unless he switch plane, I mean. But that's a hardy thing. Not easy to shoot down. What the heck is it? It's not a B-25, is it? No, it's not a B-25. Just hardy all over. Made of titanium and Americanium. Shit. Well, at least you'll die as well. What the fuck? At least you die too. If you really want to, I guess. At least you die as well. Okay. Well, that was funny in a way. Let's go for the... If I had this, if I had the Key 61, hey, I would have killed him. Should I pick it? I'm tempted to tell you the truth. Just once per battle. That costs 20,000 credits to spawn. No, I'll go with the 0. 20,000 credits. You know what you can buy with 20,000 credits? How much toilet paper you can buy with 20,000 credits? A single plane is not worth that much. If only these things didn't catch fire so hella easy. And the heck, in general you could survive one shot from a bomber. But the thing just has to explode, what the heck. Burst into fire like nothing. Noki Bo, here's the streamer, Noki Bo. Is using an efficient plane, the G6. Wasn't we flying that thing yesterday? Not yesterday, the last time we were playing Sturmovik together, gents. I think so, it was the G6.
Attack the A point!
This is still the formation of bombers. James, I can go up to another hour. You want to play? With pleasure, man. Come, come. We can do the Italians. Look at the Black Widow. Look at the Black Widow. Look at the Black Widow. He's gonna shoot me. Gonna shoot me with this bad turret. Go below it. Okay. Haha, you're gonna shoot me if I'm below with the Black Widow. Look how he wants to descend. But I know your trick. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna shoot me from above. I'll be below you. That's a plane I know very well, man. You're not gonna fool me so easily. Just stay below the Black Widow and he cannot hurt you. This spider of a plane. Ooh, no, 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 that's too high. Shit. I paid dearly for that mistake. Go even lower, I guess. I can fly at 3 altitude if you really want me to, huh? That's not a problem for me. Starting to feel it. Starting to feel it even more. Shit. Engines down. Damn it. It's another 1 for 1, yeah. Well, I'm meeting difficult plans. I'm meeting difficult plans for my Japanese fighter, but at least I'm selling myself dearly. How long you going on? I'd almost be tempted to join, just to shoot down some kids and make them reconsider playing this game. That sounds like a good plan, James. Well, if you want to come, it's my pleasure. I'll start in Discord then. Wait. Let me crash land once more. What the fuck? And, okay. Well, all things considered, start in Discord, huh, James? And I guess we'll be leaving this match because it's not joinable for you, I guess, with the plans you have. Let me see. First of all, I'll speak to you on Discord. Ah, no, if you're coming, I will stay the entire hour. Otherwise, I was thinking maybe of stopping a bit early. But together we're gonna have fun. And I see you're already online, and you will know where to find me. I place myself there. Let me see the team composition. If we have Italy in this battle, I'm not sure about it. Let's do something different. I'll go with this. The Raiden J2M2. I just bought the new Doom game. I might go stream that when I wake up. Okay. This guy is advertising his stream inside the match. How's that? Well, we don't have Italy here, but of course, with the length of time I'm living on each single sortie, it won't be long for me to join you in a different match once you come online. So, reach me on Discord when you're ready, gents. I'll be with you in the next match. Maybe I should start to advertise my stream on chat as well. How's that for desperation? Go Raiden! Yeah! The God of Thunder personified in a plane. This is a Boom and Zoomer, eh? The only one in the Japanese line. Tech 3, I mean. The Japanese Mustang in a way. Gotta go fast. Spins if it goes slow. Only big problem, it's got a windshield that loves to make glare. Like if you got the sun sideways, you're gonna have big difficulty seeing stuff, unfortunately. Big downside of the plane. Because it's armored, I guess. It's armored glass, but they didn't care much for the anti-glare on it. This would have worked better against the Black Widow, I bet. Because the problem is that I took too long. Combat. Orange phrases. Enemy in this match. So, engaging at same altitude with the Raiden is viable, but not ideal. I should climb, probably. These clouds don't help. If I noticed about the clouds, I would have picked the same plane as before. The plane that gotta go fast. Hard to read. That's the enemy, okay. Anticipate the turn. Fortunately he turned, but I can go after him. Oh, I blacked out. Yeah, I'm gonna black out like crazy with this crew. Okay. And I think... I'm not sure which of the two messages should I read. Okay. Ah, that's Murasaki O. I know that player. Murasaki O. I seem to remember he was good. In fact, he won. Let's move towards the objective now. I can go faster in this compared to the 0. It's annoying because, like always, when I play a standing game, case in point Alex, for several days I cannot put it back like it used to be. And it bothers you. If you play so much, it creates a discomfort that you're not used to. This is supposed to stay in a certain precise manner. Yeah, like this. It's just the same thing as the Swedish baby Focke-Wulf. The handle that turns when you engage web mode. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3 targets. Not giving up my altitude yet, though. I don't like to dive too much in advance in this kind of plane. Okay, that's definitely combat. And that's possibly the enemy. A gunship, yeah, of some kind. Big bomber, probably. Possibly even the Black Widow. So hella big, you can easily mistake it for one. I think it's going down though, yeah. Okay, whatever it was, they already killed it. So, keep checking the targets, I guess. My trajectory is wrong for this plane. I fly everything in the same way. You're not supposed to turn into things. This is a boom and zoomer. Okay, no, but I have the height advantage. I can easily turn into him.
No, I can't hear anything.
Hey, hi, James.
Change my sound device because this fucking sucks.
You got some echo? Like you sound like you're in a church. Woo!
Ah, there we go.
Ah, this is much better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better. Now
think it
you're
was easy.
loud and clear.
I think it was using my VR headset's microphone.
Ah, actually, I'm always using my VR headset microphone.
Well, if I change it to mine, I think mine is stupid bad.
You got the Vive, right? Huh?
Yeah.
Ah, I don't know about it. The Oculus One was good also. This one from the Index kinda satisfies me, I guess. Maybe
Is that the same?
Excuse me?
Oh shit, I can't hear you, I can't hear you at all now.
No, you cannot hear me. I was speaking to you. The guy's crashing, I think. Yeah? Did I kill him? No, apparently.
Oh, I see what I've done.
What happened? You cannot hear me? Check,
I
check.
changed the wrong device.
Check, check.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nah, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Good.
Can you still hear me?
Oh, now I hear you twice. You sound like something from The Exorcist. I don't know. You make different voices. It's kind of scary. This is even different. How many voices do you have today? Oh, the Black Widow. Look at that.
Okay, I'll go back to the headset one because that works at least, right?
Okay.
Does that work?
I can hear you. I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
This is good enough. It's not the charged sounding voice. This is good.
I'll turn off my
Oh, I
turn off
try
my
not
soundboard.
to go the same thing as before with the Black Widow.
Right. War Thunder sucks, but let's play War Thunder.
I think I get what your opinion of the game is by now. You repeated it like 10,000 times. It's not necessary to keep saying that it sucks every single time.
I think War Thunder, like, yeah, is okay. It's okay, but
Okay.
But it makes you mad to say it's say it's a bad game.
No, it doesn't. It's surprising to me, really, because I see it different.
No, it's like
Well, okay,
I think
so
War
far.
Thunder is one of these games that you shouldn't take too seriously because like it's fun. It's like not a casual game, but like it's easy to play. You can have fun
It's
with
a freaking same thing with more planes and a more dynamic mission structure. It's very similar. You see them as completely different games. The scenarios are different. The plane selection is, but the games themselves are very similar.
They can be at times.
They can be. Come on, they can. Okay, yes, they can. It's a step ahead.
What I notice a lot about BOS is that like sometimes flights take a lot longer, especially.
That's
with bombers.
true. Yeah,
You can
and
be
that
on
would
mission
be a
for, like,
positive.
45 minutes.
That would be a positive.
Well, it's positive and negative. Like missions are more immersive because you can spend like
Yeah.
40 minutes.
No,
in a
that's
bomber,
true.
you get
That's true.
shot
They
down
can
at
be
the
very
end, or
immersive.
0 points.
It's true. If you're flying with someone, it can be very immersive. You can have the
Yeah.
entire conversation of the flight. That can be fun. If you're alone, it's better like this, probably.
Oh man, I got to research the Stuka.
Ah, nice. Case in point. We were
JU87D3.
just speaking about the thing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. In BOS, everything I told you is true. It's underpowered. It's shit. The engine dies really easily. You
Uh-huh.
can't really carry a large bomb load, but it's kind of fun to like,
Attack the ground, I guess.
pretend to be a Nazi. I mean, like.
I pretend to be a Nazi. It can be fun from time to time, yeah. Well, you can pretend it in the BF as well, I guess, if that's the point.
Indulge your fascist fantasies, yeah.
Yeah, from time to time.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but like, what led me into like planes and stuff is just like when I was like 12, the German planes, like, just something about the design. It's fascinating,
It's very nice looking, for sure. They had a sense of style, these guys, in everything they did.
Can you invite me or something?
I think not, because we don't have Italy in this match. We gotta change match. Wait
Oh.
a sec, I kill this guy again. This is the same guy as before. With this haircut, wait,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta
Kill his
kill him.
ass.
No, I spin this thing because I'm flying a different plane. Not as good for doing this. But I think I still kill him because it freaking sucks.
Yeah.
As most people that cry in chat tend to be.
It's the red mist. He's getting mad.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, you
He's
cannot
just-
see as
he's
well.
he's
The
getting worse as
salt
it-
of his tears is running into his
Yeah.
mouth, so he can no longer speak. He's more beast than human. It's like he's got the rabies.
I've had that when like someone kills you, like you just gotta kill that guy, and you like die like 5 times again.
Okay, I'm gonna cut him, I swear.
What was I
Okay.
going to say? You know you were saying about like German cockpits looking good.
They look good. Everything looks good from Germany.
But you know why? Like the reason that is because like so like especially Britain and I think Italy as well. But like Germany was the first country to try like a unified cockpit design and one they actually designed. Like Britain is very guilty of this in things like the Spitfire. They just chuck the instruments in all over the place. You know you've got the
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you've
bad
got
practice.
got the water temperature on one side, the oil temp on the other side. And you've
Yeah,
got,
it's
like,
very put together, yeah.
you know, the altimeter on one side, and then at the bottom of the
Nah, the
cockpit,
Italians
you've got,
are even worse.
you know,
The Mach
you know,
is terrible in that respect.
but the Germans, like you can see in the sticks, like the sticks they put in the 109 and the 190, like they did some ergonomic design, and the cockpits they actually thought about like grouping the cockpit into like 3 sections, and you've got all the rads in one section, and like the
It's made
altimeter
much
and
better.
you know the artificial horizon in
I
the
agree.
other, and the speedo, and like this is I mean all planes are like this now, but Germany was like the first nation to think about like okay, so how do we design it to be easy for the pilot? If you sort of like to
Yes,
just
yes. That's
have
a
used it
very
as
good
proof.
practice. Okay, let me die against this B-25 so we can play
shit,
together.
E5.
Or let's say win. No, actually it was a B-34. He won. Good, good. Probably will go
think-
down because I heavily damaged him. But that is good because now we can play together actually. I was seeking just for that.
I think it's the
But not
B-25. It might be. No, it's not. Yeah, B-25. Yeah,
That's a
in
34.
BFS
Okay.
as an AI plane, and it might become playable eventually.
In Sturmovik. That would be cool.
Yeah,
That
which
would
will be a
cool.
fucking beast because like that thing's got a lot of defensive armament. You know.
I know. I just
Um,
ran into it. That was a B-34 though. I invited you. But it still was fairly heavily armed.
It's got.
I invited you.
You can't really approach it easily from behind. You can't really approach it easily from above.
From nowhere, really.
You know, because it's got a rear turret and a top turret. So there's, like, I think you can approach it from below. You see what I
Possible.
mean?
Possible.
But then you're coming in quite slowly. You know.
And that's not good. Okay, let me see what I can find in terms of simulator battles with Italian tier 2. This has Italy and Germany, but few players. It's also the same map we played the other day. Smolensk, Italy and Germany versus
Smolensk.
Russia.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, at least it's a different map. And we can both go with Italy rank 2. Or do you have rank 3 now? Let me see your plane selection. No, I
I've got
think
C2OTEC, which is 3.0.
3.0 is still rank 2. Okay, Smolensk then. This should be good. We haven't played it together if I'm not mistaken.
I need to spend some time on my controls for this because there's a couple of things that I want to have bound to my button box, but I couldn't get them to work.
You could also look into manual engine management because the game does have it.
Yeah, yeah, I'll have a look into it. Well, now I'm going to have a lot more time. So
Yes,
yeah, I can do
whether
it.
you want it or not. Okay, I was spawned close to the ground battle. Delta 3 seems good. Reggiane CB 2001.
Delta 2, yeah. Well, I tell you what though. I mean, so basically, what this means is the government pays 80% of my salary.
No, I
So,
know
you
it.
see what I mean?
We have it
So,
in Italy. I know the practice. We
yeah,
have it. It's
it's-
called
it's like
Cassa Integrazione here.
It effectively means that there might be a company to go back to when this is all over.
In theory, it should be better.
If they paid our whole salary, then they'd probably run out of money in a few months because it's not a big company. You see what I mean? It's
Yeah, I can
like a
imagine.
relatively small company, so you know, paying everyone's wages all the time, they're just going to run out of money. So you know, I'm quite glad about it because I only just started there. You know,
That would suck for the company to go out of business as
Yeah.
you began.
but you know, they could have just said, "Oh well, you know, this guy's new, so we'll just fire him." You know.
No, I've seen it happen.
only
Not
be-
only I
only
know,
be-
I've seen it happen. I made the cut
Yeah.
sometimes and some others I didn't. Then in the end I gave up because basically I've had, I think in total 4 jobs. 3 companies went out of business after I was working there. It was that bad
Yeah.
at the time. Out of business completely, yeah? One after
you
a
were-
long period like the one you were
What is
saying.
going on? This plane won't take off.
No. I see you rolling.
Pull up.
Does it
God
pull?
damn it. Okay, right, there we go.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you said you've had trouble with, like, how companies are running Italy.
Yes,
just
yes.
Not you know, not being able to get past the nepotism and all that.
It's absolutely
You should-
completely rules the work life in Italy. In Italy, 100%.
just move here, man. Like if you've got the skills, you can get a job here, you know, and jobs are well paid as well. So
It's not viable for me for various reasons. Not really worth it. Let's say
yeah.
viable maybe is not the correct word. It wouldn't be the right choice for me in any case. Some of my friends did just that. I have a friend that lived in England for a period, but he was a waiter. Now he's a waiter in Japan, I think.
Do
No.
it if you can, because like our economy's been good for a while, so wages are good.
No,
Yeah.
I know about that. I've heard about that, but it's not worth it for me. Not absolutely in any way.
No, I know it'd be like difficult to move your entire life and all that stuff.
It would be impossible, yes. No, for some people it can be possible and even a valuable choice. In my case,
I've
probably
thought about
not.
doing it. I thought about like moving to like France or Germany. You know,
France or Germany? Well,
Germany's
the
nice.
language will be a barrier there
Yeah.
for me.
Germany's a really nice country. Like apparently it's really well run and all that kind of stuff. You have to learn German. but German's
Nowadays, yes.
not that hard to learn. You know.
Not sure about it. I don't know anything about it actually. Is it difficult? No, you're telling me.
No,
Good.
it's a pretty logical language. You know, like English and German are quite logically constructed.
It's true. It's what makes English easy to learn, probably.
Whereas if you want to learn something like Japanese or one of the other crazy languages of the world, then there's a lot of study.
No,
Yeah.
it's a complete different endeavor. It takes ages, and maybe you will never be able to speak it like a native, for as much as you can try. Chinese is even worse in that regard, because Chinese also is difficult with
Well, like
pronunciation.
Cantonese, you mean? Or are you talking about like Mandarin?
Well, that's a big question. Yeah, I think they're different, right?
They're
I
different
don't even
languages.
know which of the two I studied at university. I suppose it was the northern variant. It's considered the more international Chinese, if I'm not mistaken. I did
Probably
study it
Cantonese
for
then.
a semester. Then I realized that learning, well, not quite learning, but even just passing the exam of Japanese and that together would have been freaking impossible. And I did what most others did. I switched my second language for the university course to Korean, which is actually much easier. And someone was stupid enough to go to the teacher and tell her, but Korean is much easier. And since she was Korean, she took great offense with it and got mad as hell at that guy. I don't know how you can be that stupid to go tell someone that his language is easier, because apparently it made her think that they were considering her more stupid, but actually it's quite the opposite. Korean, it's easier because it's more logical, like you were saying about
Korea and Japan kind of hate each other because of some ancient wars, basically.
everyone hates Japan. It's like England for Europe, basically. it's the England of Asia in a way.
Oh,
Everyone
thanks,
hates the Japanese, but no, for the same reason as well, because of their previous empire endeavors, no, their conquest, the way they always dealt with foreign neighbors.
Well, the feeling's mutual. We hate Europe too.
No, I know. You've shown it many times.
No. Personally, like I think we would have been better off in Europe. I mean, I quite like some of the European countries, but like.
But of course, that's what I was saying. Is nothing about the individual. A person can be different. It's more like the running idea, the stereotype of a country can sort of frame its logic, history in a way, not through the ages. Of course, if you're speaking about an individual, it's not going to cut it because people are different from one another. Despite some guys would like us to think.
I mean, people say that we hate the French, but I mean.
But look, Italians are the same. Italians hate the Germans, hate the French hate the Italians, the Spanish hate mostly everyone. It's like this in Europe. It's no wonder we had wars for like centuries before coming to this current state of peace.
The funny thing about the European Union is we're kind of bound together by our hatred of each other.
In a way, yeah, I like this expression. It makes the cut, I guess. No, Asia is different. Asia is more like undiluted hate. Hey, Francisco, thank you for liking my stream. And don't take me wrong, I was saying maybe something that sounded a bit strange. It was just a joke. Just a joke.
Well, I mean, I think that the thing about the European Union is everyone knows that the alternative is like the Second World War. The alternative to getting along is
now, unfortunately, it's
Europe.
a much closer thing in our future with the situation we're living currently.
Yeah,
it's no longer as
God,
unlikely. It's terrible to think it, but actually, it's not impossible.
Maybe Italy and Britain will end up fighting again.
That would be interesting to see
That would be funny.
Italy's stance in a future war. Of course, we got the F-35. We bought some F-35. It's been a discussion in politics for years because apparently they wasn't worth the price, or so they say. But we got the F-35. We're constantly saying that we have that incredible asset to use in battle. Apparently,
I think it was F-35s that Britain got for their carriers. Did you hear about the fucking procurement mess up that Britain made with F-35s? So basically, we commissioned aircraft carriers. They were going to be like I think they would have catapult driven. They would have like catapults. But we ordered the jump jet versions of the F-35.
the wrong ones.
which didn't exist, so America had to make them. And then they delivered them, and they were like, these planes won't work with this carrier.
I think Britain and Italy have a similar situation with the carriers because we have the shortened version. Italy actually has a carrier that will be able to launch the F-35.
Yeah.
Because the fact they've been selling to these planes to all the the European countries, because it's the follow-up to the Harrier jet in a way. You know, it's supposed to have a VTOL version. I think it's even VTOL. But unfortunately, from what I've heard, it's a very badly designed plane. It's got plenty of problems all around.
The point of the jump jet thing, which is where they've got like a ramp at the end of the runway, was to make it so you don't need
the Italian carrier is the same. I think it's named Garibaldi.
And it's like the only two countries in the world that have done this jump jet thing, and it's expensive and it's not going to work properly. You know, and it means that we can't have as many planes on our carriers. And bear in mind that Britain will have one aircraft.
I think the Kuznetsov, the Russian one, was the same. It's got in DCS at least it's got the ramp as well. But the Kuznetsov.
I'm slightly wrong. Britain will have two aircraft carriers. So, like, really, we need to make those aircraft carriers good. We need to put as many planes on them as possible, so we can project our power when we send it out. You see what I mean?
I do. So I know the deal.
We shouldn't really be limiting the number of planes you can put on them, but that's exactly what they've done. So whatever.
It's difficult. I think we got a carrier proper, and that's the Garibaldi, and then we have also an helicopter carrier, and there was another one on the way recently, and that also was the object of a political debate. Apparently, they say, because it's been in a way sold by saying that in theory it's a ship meant for peaceful endeavors, and yet it's very clearly a warship.
For diplomacy and all that,
So people have got pretty angry at the fact, and politicians have been speaking about it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with the way that Britain procured our aircraft carriers is that the politicians on the committees don't know anything about planes. You see what I mean? So,
no, that's typical. That's typical. They don't know anything about most of the things that they're doing. Like I was speaking about earlier in the stream. No, now when we go out of the house in Italy, we're supposed to write a piece of paper where it says who you are, where you're going, and why, to justify yourself against the pandemic measures. And this piece of paper has been completely changed like 5 times in the last 3 weeks. And I've been printing it again and again. Excuse me if I miss some word. And now, well, good thing I changed it, because today one of my relatives went to do the groceries and he got stopped twice on his way to the supermarket.
We don't have that yet, but like I went for a walk yesterday afternoon at like 4 p.m. and do you remember the old Day of the Dead, the George Romero one, like at the beginning?
Not quite. It's empty. Yeah, it's like this.
Do you remember that? Like it's like a city that's completely empty.
Completely
it's on the
empty.
Coast, and they show newspapers blowing on the streets.
Absolutely,
and,
it's like
that.
On the streets. But it's even worse. It's even worse because you see the police cars going about and stopping people to check their papers and that piece of paper, whatever, the format that you have to compile again and again. The form,
whatever.
And they question you and they ask you, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? And this relative of mine that went to do the groceries, actually we was running into a big risk, because I insisted that I wanted to go with him to help him carry the groceries back home. And good thing I didn't go, because if I had gone, probably we would have been fine. He got stopped twice on his way to the supermarket and back.
Yeah.
So you even have this fear of the authorities themselves. It's a terrible period in so many ways.
It's not quite that bad here yet, but it's definitely going to get that way.
No, it's going to get worse coming there. Have you seen the numbers coming from the United States?
Yeah,
they are going to
fucking
shoot
mental,
through
yeah.
the roof. But also, I think that China is not telling the truth. Now I might be a bit of a
No,
conspiracy.
The Chinese
It doesn't
figures are
make
not
sense. You look at the numbers; they make no sense. They have so little deaths compared to the number of cases in respect to every other single country of the world. No, then you have that curve that shoots upwards, like all the other curves, and then suddenly stops, and you have no new cases. It doesn't make
Well,
sense.
I mean, I'm worried about the United States more because my brother's in the
Ah,
US,
well,
but
I can see.
he's on the East Coast, so opposite side from America. No, sorry, the West
New
Coast.
York is having it bad, right?
He is in like California.
California is better, I think.
Uh, he was in San Francisco, but he's gone to a smaller city because they thought that San Francisco would get bad. If you see what I mean, so they've gone to like their other
That
place.
was a good idea, but at the same time, it's also you incur the danger that you're gonna have to live in that small city for who knows how long. Because when are they gonna lift this quarantine? Of course, you won't be
Yeah.
able to go back to your previous abode.
The thing is, San Francisco, it's got lots of very rich people and lots of very poor people. So the poor people are
I
gonna go
know,
nuts.
I know the
because
problem. Of course, they've been speaking about this in Italy as well. We got a lot of immigrants from Africa, and these are a bit of a joker cars, so to speak. Who knows where they go? How do you check their papers? They have no freaking papers.
Oh, did you see like in India and I think in America, like Trump
It's going
and
to
the Indians
be-
start to suggest that immigrants caused all this?
Of course they would. Of course they would.
'Cause
We
foreigners
got
people-
a very important politician in Italy who has found some old TV show who was saying about the fact that the Chinese might have invented some virus intentionally, and now he's been running with this team. He's even wasting the time of the parliament for interrogation about this matter, which is of no consequence even if it were true.
Yeah.
And he's been publishing on his Facebook page, which is visited by thousands and thousands of people every hour, the ridiculous they look like magazine covers from the 60s, not with the illustration of the dead rat and the dead bat and the Chinese evil scientist who is doing experiments on these dead animals to produce the virus. And of course there's a lot of people that will listen to this guy, and yes, this is what leads to wars. This is what leads to
Well, hey,
wars.
I mean, there is an upside to coronavirus. I mean, Boris Johnson got it.
I know, I know about that. And the politician I'm speaking about is very similar to him. He has a very similar mindset and style. He's the one that we was risking having as a leader of the state.
I
Actually.
mean, I'm not too concerned about that because if he gets incapacitated, someone else can take over. You know.
Okay, Nix is speaking to me. Excuse me, Nix, I wasn't reading your message. I was so taken in speaking with Jens. He's telling me that China might be hiding the antidote. Well, I guess it's possible
Nah.
from what we know. They've been having a marathon. Have you seen the scene for the marathon? Like the 50 people running very happily with policemen all around. Because we are past of the pandemic. We no longer fear. We're even holding marathons. And I can imagine these guys telling them, you run and look happy while you do it, or your family is gonna have it. I don't
Oh,
know.
is this in China?
In China, yes.
Oh,
It's
God.
like a propaganda scene. Now they're having a marathon despite the pandemic. They
Sounds
are
like something Trump would
healed. They are completely healed. Yeah, except that in America they're gonna have it bad because it's gonna be impossible. First, to hide it, no? Even if it's true that China is hiding it, in America it will be impossible because the media is too powerful, it's too well connected in the US compared to China. And at the same time, you have the problems with the.
Oh, what?
What happened? Ooh,
Shut
they
down.
call you. You have
Shut down by a lag.
the problems.
No.
Yeah, the lag. I also worry this could lead to war. Yeah, saying Nix. Of course.
It could. Yeah, it
It
could.
could. We were speaking about it the other day with Jens as well. Yes.
I think they should do like the F1 did, just like have a war but online.
Yeah, that would solve things like they did for the races, of course. What was I saying about them? And also the freedom, no? You can tell an American person, don't go out of the house or the police will ask for your papers because an American won't accept it. They value individualism and egocentrism even more so than the
Well,
Europeans.
so do we. I mean, here.
Yeah, in Britain.
Personal freedom is like quite important.
Here
to be
in
honest.
Italy, we're not having many personal freedoms at the moment. In a way, I am. how do I say it? It's not a bad thing in principle, no, in these times. And I'm also kind of surprised that in Italy you can shut off the country like this and put police at every corner stopping people and checking their papers. It's very strange. I didn't expect my country to go back to that way of living so promptly, but actually probably it's a good thing in the times we're living. I'm quite stricken by the government's response. I wouldn't expect that kind of government to put these measures into place. But perhaps it's not wrong. It's not wrong in a way for what we're living right now. I'm into A right now and seeing some targets in it.
Well, I mean, I was listening to a comedy program like last night, and they were saying, you know, what's going to happen if they start stopping people on the streets in Britain. They were saying it would be like, so you know, they would ask people who are you or where you going. People would say,
it's like this.
What's it to you? Who's asking? Kind of thing.
Yeah, they wouldn't respond, of course.
Tell them to F off, even if it was the police, you know, like, and that's basically what probably happened at first. People would just say, "Oh, screw you," when the police.
No, absolutely.
Stop them, you know.
Absolutely.
Because in Britain, like, it's usually very important to us that we can go where we want, and it's no
of course, but that's true of all the modern West world. That's the thing that also is leading to the conspiracy theories. No, in theory, to unleash a pandemic from the point of view of a country like China, where individualism is much less prevalent and the government holds a stronger control over its people, is going to, of course, make the people in the West suffer more, and many people subscribe to that idea. And like I said, I'm kind of stricken by the fact that in Italy, apparently, it's not true, because the government actually put measures into place. If we had the other guy in control, probably we wouldn't have these measures in place. And probably it's saving a lot of lives, because as bad as it's looking right now, we had 1,000 dead people yesterday. Like, almost 1,000 dead people died in one day from this pandemic. If you stop and think about it, it's the scariest motherfucking thing in existence.
Oh, yeah. The numbers are going way up here now. I mean,
they're gonna go up, yeah, of course.
A few days ago there were like 42 cases in my city, but now it'll be like 200, I think.
I saw an image with the different curves from the various countries, and if you look at the curve from the US and project it into the possible future, it's gonna be much worse than Italy, much worse than Italy. And also multiplied by a larger scale, because they got more people in their country.
Italy will. I don't know about Britain. I don't really know what will happen. To be honest, it could get much worse.
I guess.
Or
so.
they might succeed in actually stopping it a bit earlier here. I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure.
I don't want to be too optimistic.
No. I'm the same. No one knows.
It doesn't seem to be too bad yet. It doesn't seem to have gone that badly yet here. But that's
for the time being, no. But it's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell, because until they show the bad symptoms and they actually have to be carried to the hospital, you could have someone at home that won't even say it, because he knows that the moment he says it, he might be put into forced quarantine. No, people also tend to think of themselves only. It's not easy to make that jump in your mind that you can no longer exit the house and someone has to feed you through the door. It's terrible to make that jump. I can understand that people will be scared to tell when they start feeling the symptoms, until it gets too bad, and of course they're doing themselves a bad favor, because they're going to suffer more in the end for this. But you see these scenes of people inside the hospital all together, no privacy, no form of entertainment, nothing. You are stuck on a bed, you cannot see anyone you know. Even the medics don't speak to you much, because they're comprehensively afraid. They don't want to be close to a possible source of infection. It's a terrible way to live, even if you survive, and it's even a worse way to die. It's like you're not only feeling death, you're feeling a terrible death. This is the truth of this pandemic.
I mean, they're setting up all these giant hospitals here, and that's going to happen here. Like, all the hospitals are going to fill up, I think.
The sooner they start building new hospitals, the better it is, because the mistake they did in Italy at first was spreading the illness in too many different hospitals. So spreading the infection more, and in fact that is probably the reason so many medics and nurses already died in Italy. They're putting too many people on the job. They should try to put all the ill together. Like there was a guy on television the other day. I don't honestly know who he was. Probably a former politician or something. But he was having a very correct idea of reopening all the hospitals that have gone unused recently, and maybe investing in that instead of building. Now they're building temporary ones like they did in China, but that's probably not the best solution for a country that should have the infrastructure, but it's just at the moment unused. so to speak. Ah, here you are, okay. This is some big dogfight we're batting ourselves into. And yes, turning after a lag, I think.
Yeah, it's a like a lag or a MiG or something.
Okay, okay.
Could be like a MiG 1 or something.
I can easily
Yeah,
follow with the Reggiane, no problem.
Oh, this guy's gone through the smoke. Man, that's clever.
Okay, I can get him. Following after him, no problem. He's turning into the ground, I think, yeah. Ha, you shooting him too? No, he's not who's gonna steal the kill now? Whoever gets it is gonna be a steal.
Leave me alone.
Okay, no, you shoot him. If you don't shoot him, I might shoot him.
Yeah, I'll go if you want.
Mr. Bugs Bunny is also here. We're gonna crash all into one big boom. 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm climbing above. To
We're
come down
both
again.
gonna crash into Bugs Bunny, and he's gonna crash into us and the enemy at the same time.
Oh, I'm
It will
diving
be
on him
a
again.
big pile up. Yeah, me too. Ah, he's on fire. I guess. Who got it?
Lots of shots in while he was burning, so maybe I can get the kill.
Nix is telling me that this country is also building several temporary hospitals preparing for the third wave of the virus. Ah,
That's
so you
exactly
guys
what I
are
was
actually
saying,
at the
yeah.
third wave as well. It will have waves as well. That's another thing to think about. That's even scarier because people are gonna be back in the streets and then the virus will appear again, probably.
Yeah, because like in our country, people on Facebook are saying, "Oh, we'll have a big street party when it's all over." I'm thinking,
That's a wonderful idea.
that's a possible thing.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
let's all get together in large groups.
That's incredible. People don't
Christ.
understand. Like, have you seen all the videos of people that have started leaking things in the supermarket to show they have no
Yeah,
fear?
yeah.
Like a guy was leaking a butter closet in a public toilet.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Is everyone gone mad or something? I
Someone
don't
got
understand.
arrested for that. Someone got arrested because he filmed himself and uploaded. it to
Yeah, he
TikTok,
felt so
like,
cool.
licking a bunch of stuff on a shelf, and he was like,
That's
"You
the
stupid fuck,
funniest thing.
stupid motherfucker." Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? What's in your mind? Everyone's going crazy.
But, I mean, people are saying, "Oh yeah, we'll have a big street party." It's like, that's not going to happen. Like, what's going to happen in a few months is they'll let people out to go to work, and they'll say you have to go straight home after work. You can't walk around on streets. They'll be quarantined.
The misery, the economy is going
Not
down the
quarantine,
toilet. We will all be incredibly poor. I think we don't even realize how much. It will be like after the onset of a war, probably worse, because
Yeah.
the war at least has an economy. This has nothing. This is the
Well-
entire world holding its breath.
I was going to say, like, there's going to be a curfew, I reckon. So, like, you'll be
There
allowed
will
out the
be
house
for a
from 9
time,
till
yeah,
5, and it'll be
probably.
like go home and
Yeah.
stay inside to avoid like a massive third wave or fourth wave.
But many small companies, all the store owners, so many people are going out of business for this.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
It's amazingly scary.
Well, they're saying they're going to pay businesses here. So if you're like self-employed or if you lose your job, then they'll pay you for a couple of months.
No, from
So-
what you told me, you have many more measures from that point of view. In your country, they started thinking about the economy. In mine, almost not at all at the moment.
Well, it's
They're
partly
asking,
because-
all they're doing, they're asking money from the European Commission, who is giving them, we gotta
Yeah.
think some more. Wait, we'll take some week to deliberate. And the government itself is still waiting for these like candies to rain from above, but they're actually not implementing any measure.
Well, I hate to say it, but the British economy's been better than the Italian economy, I think.
no,
so
of
we've
course it
got a
is.
bit more money to do this with.
No, in fact it is. It's absolutely the truth. No, but the Italian economy has also... The problem is that the previous government that we were having, which is pretty much the same government, they changed some guys around, but it's the same. They were going for a spend more politics, so to say. They were increasing the assets to the poor. They were implementing a series of maneuvers that were meant to start kicking the machine into gear, so to speak, investing to reap the rewards subsequently. And of course now, the moment when they would be reaping the rewards is the one where the economy has plummeted because of the virus. So, yeah, no, it's terrible. I don't know what the heck is going to happen.
We had that like 15 years ago with Labour where they spent a bunch of money, and the thing is,
It's
they
more or
spent
less
so much
that,
money,
yeah.
they incurred a load of debt, and like now we're kind of living with the consequences of just spending a shitload of money.
Luckily, they hadn't been doing it for that long. They raised the debt, but not so much. So perhaps it's still recoverable, but it certainly hurt the country in a period like this. Unfortunately, no one could expect what happened later. This pandemic came out of nowhere, basically. What's this thing I'm chasing right now?
Probably me, I think. Is it
Protect
climbing?
the Allied attackers. Yeah, it's you. Cover the surveillance aircraft and protect the Allied attackers. Okay, we were chasing the Allied attackers. I
Yeah,
might
I was
resupply.
I was watching on my tail, and I was like, if this guy turns with me, then he's probably on my
No.
trying to get on my 6.
We were chasing one another. I might resupply just because the base is here, I guess. It's not wrong.
Where is it? Oh yeah, it's not far away. Yeah.
I shot a
on,
bit.
on your left there.
I mean, I got 4 kills, 1 assist. I don't know, I still would have ammo, but given the quantity of kills, I would resupply. The third wave has been detected, this is Nick speaking, has been detected incoming from neighboring country. And we also expecting mutation virus because of several cases spreading outragingly fast.
Mutated versions. Yeah, because it will
Because
mutate.
the family members snatched their dead family members, claiming that their internal organ. Oh shit! What the fuck are you speaking about? This is scary as fuck.
What?
They snatched the internal organs of the dead family members. What is this? Another movie, man? Wait, I read it
I
better
think
once.
that's a Chinese thing, to be honest.
Possible, unfortunately.
They
it could
do
be.
Because in China they have really weird funeral practices.
Yes. There's many religions still actually practiced by the people of the different regions of China. That's the thing also. China, we tend to think of China as one entity, but actually the only common ground is the written language, not even the spoken one, like you were rightly saying.
It's a really large country and very old. I mean,
One of the oldest, in fact.
bear in mind that by the time we got around to inventing Christianity, China had been around for like 3,000 or 4,000 years. Can't bloody slow down.
Oh, I saw you pass at
Oh,
light
God.
speed. Like, is this guy? Oh, that sounded bad.
I'm just gonna crash because I can't fucking land.
Ah, this game is too freaking easy. You cannot land with such an easy to maneuver play. Okay. No, actually, Nix was saying about someone went and fetched the body of the loved one because he feared that someone else might snatch the organs. That was the idea.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was gonna say like the rumor, and I'm not sure whether I believe this is that it came from poor people in China eating bats. So like in the countryside, it's very,
There
very
is this
poor.
theory. There is this theory. Yes. Like Ebola. Ebola also came from bats in theory.
It's
I don't
interesting.
know why.
It could be. I mean, bats are not very sanitary.
Rather than
They
going
got
for a
lots of diseases.
specific thing, the thing with the bat maybe is unproven, but it's true that China in itself is a perfect place for a virus outbreak to begin, because you have so many people in tropical climate, all spaced together, and also they eat strange things. That in general is not a good thing, a good practice because of their old tradition. Also, Chinese medicine is basically it's like witch doctors. They use also
superstition.
the superstition, so they come in contact with a lot of strange things, and also
Yeah.
the
Fucking Chinese medicine.
a breeding
eat
ground,
this animal's
yeah.
dick and you'll get really
Yeah.
virile.
well, that happens in many cultures actually.
Yeah,
The concept of sexual drive being somehow derived from what you eat. But China in particular has it well in well. It comes from their religion. One of the most ancient one actually is Taoism, basically.
Yeah.
According to Taoism, you can achieve immortality through certain practices, and this is very well ingrained because the difference between Eastern cultures and Western cultures in general is that the new doesn't replace the old. So when Buddhism came and they started to believe in nirvana and all that, they didn't stop believing in Taoism. And they kept everything together. So you can both aspire to be a Buddha, but at the same time, you can also aspire to just live forever if you eat these certain things, if you follow these practices.
Yeah.
And you can find it in every Asian culture. Japan is different, but it's also the same from a certain point of view.
You know, I think that in Taoism, there's this concept that everything has energy, and you can take the energy from another life form. And
I never heard it said
become
that way,
better.
but it's correct. Yeah, it's absolutely
So
true. Yes.
they think that
It's
you can
that.
take something else's energy, like sexual energy or life force, and kind of add it to your own.
Maybe
Do you know what I
it's possible. It's the energy of the universe in a way. Taoism, you don't change the universe. You have to somehow use it to your advantage. Like people often when they speaking about Taoism, they actually go for the art of war. But the art of war from Sun Tzu is very much like that. Like the best strategy is to have no strategy at all. I'm actually very good with the strategy when I play this card again, because you have to interpret what the enemy is doing, and you have to understand his mind even before you understand yourself. So the less you do, the better. You have to put the pieces into place, but then let the battle play by its own rules. And that's actually the superior way. And it's the same with the attempt of reaching immortality. Like, you don't go to the mountains to look for the magic mushroom that make you go immortal. That's an actually a Taoist thing. It's named the Linzi. It's a very important mushroom that you're supposed to eat. Because if you go looking for it, you will never find it. You go to the mountain while meditating, while on a walk, and maybe the mushroom manifests in front of yourself. The mushroom, by the way, can also be a precious stone. You're supposed to eat stone. That's also part of Taoism. It's strange like that. It's an ancient discipline.
I mean, I don't know about you, but like looking at all the crazy religion and stuff in other parts of the world, I feel lucky that I was born in Western Europe, where no one really told me to believe in a religion, and
This is
I have a
probably
more
good.
kind of I like to think rational outlook, where I just decide what's right and wrong, rather than someone saying, "Oh, our religion says this is right, so you should just believe it."
Well, this
You
is
know?
also, this exists in the West as well. It depends from where
all
you're
Western
from.
Europe.
Western Europe, well, I was thinking the US. If you're born in
The
a
US as well,
certain type of sect, you will be in that sect your entire life, or you gotta leave your family. Basically, it's only true, not only true of something extreme like the Mormons that live in the country, have no electricity and such, but even if you are just an evangelical, I think in English you're calling it, you're an evangelical for life unless you're leaving behind your entire family, and
mean,
that tends to have some rules as well.
I can't speak for Italy, but like it's something like 30% religious.
No,
here.
Italy is very open. Italy is like it's like the Britain in that we absolutely are open with religion.
So, no,
like
I know
people
you have
tend,
quite strong
we have the Pope. We have the Pope. People are born Catholics, but it's not something that you strongly feel in yourself. You're not meant to follow the rules in a specific. Some people do. They're a minority, but in any case, it's a very modern religion. Italian Catholicism is not like American Catholicism. The American Catholics follow the rules because it's not something that comes from your birth to be a Catholic. You firmly believe in it, and maybe it's a bit like the American sects that I was speaking about. But Italian Catholics are very easygoing. Like, they might go to Mass on a Sunday, but maybe the next week they don't. They basically don't care. It's a modern country at that point. We're much more open than the US.
Well,
for instance.
it depends. Like the further south you go in the US, the more crazy religion gets.
That's a rule with the entire world. Yeah, in southern Italy
Yeah.
also you find people are more observant of religion as a rule,
I was
but
gonna
it's
say,
still
I bet it's
something
the
you.
south that's all religious. In Italy.
In Italy, yes, they have their sacred holidays, like every single small town has a patron saint, no? And they celebrate it, and every single town has this holiday where they have
Oh, I
they,
bet you take the holidays.
I don't know the words. Excuse me?
I bet you take the national holidays though.
Holiday, we have national holidays, and we have also the town's holidays that actually become work holidays as well. Like for a period I was working in a different town outside of Rome, and I went to work one day and there was nobody at the office. I called my boss and he told me, like, you don't know, today is the patron saint of this small town, and I absolutely didn't know about it, and it wasn't working that day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's there, but at the very same time, you're not supposed to follow it in every moment and tenet of your life. It's very open. It's not strongly felt for the average person. I think I'm chasing the bomb.
Certainly, Britain, certainly England, used to be like very religious. And the interesting thing about England, not Wales and Scotland, is that the church goes back like more than 2,000 years. You know,
I know.
You can trace back like
2,000 years, you noobs.
I guess it was just pre-Christian. Yeah, but you know, you can trace like births, marriages, and deaths for like 900 years. Because the churches have
that's fairly old. By Italian standards, it's not that old. I must tell you this. We have like the small town parish that I'm speaking about might be like a millennium and a half old, or they might say that. Maybe it's not true, but still, history here is very well. But England as well. No, in this we are similar.
pretty much the same here, but there have been a couple of reformations, so we switched from Catholic to Protestant and back a couple of times, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
And the king tried to kill everyone of the opposite side a couple of times. So
I know about that period of history. Yeah,
there were a few church burnings,
I read
but
some novels.
for the most part, records have survived for nearly 1,000 years here. And most people's families, you can trace them back until they came back from somewhere, until they came from somewhere else.
Yeah,
See what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Most families
Yes.
immigrated at some point, so you can trace them back to when they immigrated, basically.
Yes. No, in this, our countries are similar. Yes, we both have a very long history and varied as well. And
I
maybe
think,
Italy is more on a single line. We never had this kind of big reform. It was always a way ahead,
George
meaning that
Catholic,
Italy as a concept is born in fairly recent times, not before the 19th century. But it's always been moving in the same direction. The only religion, of course, has been Catholicism, and all the various rulers in the end were overrun by a single monarchy, and then the monarchy transformed itself into a republic. It goes in a straight line, let's say. It's less
thing that
tortuous.
the thing that we've had is France has been trying to fuck with us for like hundreds of years,
Yeah,
and
I know.
we got invaded several times. So like up north where I am, a lot of the place names and a lot of the slang words are like basically they come from Norse. If you see what I mean? Because it would have been Viking words.
Yes.
Because the Vikings had their capital city not that far from where I live, like 30 miles away.
You should watch. There is the coolest. I don't think you watch anime, right? Like Japanese
I used to.
animation. There is one that came out recently about the Vikings. That is an exceptional depiction of Britain's history from that period. It's named Vinland Saga. It's about 11th century Vikings when basically they were starting to discover America, but it's mainly set in Britain, and it follows the story of a Danish king. Now I don't remember the name of the king. It's the one that conquered Britain for a period in that time. He had a series of sons that were in war with one another, and actually, wait, I don't remember. It's King Sven of Denmark. That also, he was pointing for. It was the kings in Britain. There were several, no, and the most important one was the same from the Vikings TV show, the American one, King Ella, I think. No, what was his name? The one that had the Latin inspiration, and then you have. Basically, one of the sons of this Danish king rebels against him and wants actually to be the one to unify England because he wants to build the ideal world. This is a very Japanese concept. They tend to mix things together. He wants to build the right world for the future generation. But maybe...
I mean, to be fair, most of the English kings did want to do that. They wanted to spread Christianity to the rest of the world. And,
yes, in fact, it's a
the country.
Christian. This son of the Danish king is a Christian. It's a strange thing for his dynasty. Actually, he's the only one. But it's absolutely tolerated by his father. Whereas, actually, his father doesn't want him as the subsequent ruler. So, basically, what he does, and this is absolutely historical, and you can imagine how freaking cool it is to watch it in a battle-oriented, heavy battle anime. But this guy creates a company of mercenaries, essentially, by allying himself with a very important mercenary, and the story follows one of the members of this company of mercenaries who is young at the time of the anime, because actually the manga, the actual comic the anime has been made from, is already much more ahead in the story and is an adult, but at the time of the anime is still young. And this guy basically has an incredible life. He participates to many historical battles. It's very well made. The art is amazing. The animation is amazing. You should watch it, really. If you enjoy depictions of history in general, historical novels, historical TV series, that's absolutely on par with the best things that we have in the West, even if it's animated. That might put you off in principle, but Japanese animation in general is meant for grown-ups. It's not a thing for kids, absolutely.
I don't know whether you know about it, but like most of my family's from Wales.
Wales. Yeah, you're
Wales
speaking
is
about
like,
Wales. Yeah, no. Okay, no. I'll speak
Wales
about
was
it
like
later.
separate for a long time from England. Only relatively recently, because the Romans weren't interested in it. Like only relatively late on, because there was like no gold there.
I know this from the anime I was speaking about. I absolutely know what you're
Yeah.
speaking about because it's depicted in the anime. One of the characters is from Wales.
It's
That
got a pretty
one
interesting
was.
history, and like it's very interesting how England actually conquered it, because Wales had like 3 kings, and they basically allied with one of them, and then got the two others to fight each other.
Yes, I think
until they
it's
were
going to be in the second season of the anime. When was it
Yeah.
conquered? What is the age, more or less?
Eh?
In what period did this happen? The thing you're speaking about?
I think it's like the 50. I don't know, probably the 1500s. I think.
No, then it's later. It cannot be in the second season of the anime. But they were speaking about something similar at the end. It might be a topic of the second season. I think. I don't know. It's still ongoing. You see, the plot is not over.
Scotland has its own history, and you probably know that Scotland kind of resisted becoming part of Britain for a long time. What Wales did to an extent, but didn't have as many people, so it couldn't really raise like large armies and resist very effectively. You see what I mean?
I see. Okay, excuse me, I got a second distracted because I have a message on my feed and he's actually asking to you. Buongiorno, I saw the Bandiera d'Italia, the Italian flag, and the Union Jack. Yeah, because I put them for the language, but actually they depict the stream very correctly right now because we have an Italian and a British playing together and was drawn to your stream. Zarlo Gaming, nice to see a VR player on War Thunder. Is the English guy a DCS player? He's asking to you, James.
I do have DCS. I don't really play it very often. I want to get into it more.
Same for me, by the way. I used to play it all the time.
I've played a couple of DCS World War II planes. I've played the free jets. I mean, I think we should get like the F-14, and I'll learn to Rio, and you can learn to fly it.
It takes some time in this game, yeah.
Yeah.
I was planning to play DCS one of these days all the time, but unfortunately the game is working badly in VR right now, JY.
The F-14 sounds cool though.
You were telling me,
play online. It sounds cool. Like I was reading about the F-14's guidance system. So like when they go to a target in the real plane, nowadays you have GPS, but they had like a guidance system that gives you a map of where the target should be, right?
It's like the Apache helicopter, I think, in that regard. I remember flying the Apache helicopter in an old simulator. It was like that, with the co-pilot that has to do what you're saying. Go ahead, excuse me.
What they had to do for the F-14, right, is like if you're going to go on a mission, you have to fly in a certain direction to get to the target, and the target is in a certain place, right? Like you can't just do that because they didn't have maps. So what they had to do is send a recon plane, and the recon plane would fly a certain route, so it would fly on a certain bearing over the target and get the get like a track, and it records onto like a tape, like a cassette tape.
A cassette even, yeah, because it's all technology after all. The F-14 is freaking old.
When the F-14 comes in, they, literally at the correct time, the pilot presses play, and it talks to the computer, and like the directions only work if you fly the same bearing as the recon plane did. So you have to come in from the same direction.
I know, you were speaking a different thing about what I said.
Like the same
That's
speed and all that
cool,
kind of stuff.
Man. That's
so like their guidance system, it gives you like a strip of like 2 miles by 10 miles, if you see what I mean.
He's saying you sound like someone he knows. He watches the stream of someone that speaks just like you.
I don't stream, so...
No, so it wouldn't be you. And Nutz is saying, mentioning Italy, who can forget the Ducati 748? Well, like, I could forget it actually. I'm freaking Italian, but I don't know what it is.
Is that a car?
Is that a car? It sounds like a car. No, Ducati makes me think of a bike actually.
Yeah,
a motorbike.
I know they make bikes.
I think it's a motorbike. Speaking about a motorbike, I'm not an expert on the matter.
I'm not really into
I guess my cousin would answer. Of course, you can't forget it. He's a great fan of motorbike in general.
I've watched the motorbike racing a bit, but not really seriously.
I don't know. Watching races kind of bores me, to tell you the truth.
Well, it's fun when people fall off and stuff.
Yeah, I guess. That's a bit against the spirit, but in a way. Small race bike for my 5'6" height. Ah, okay, so he likes it because it's correctly sized for him.
He probably, like, my accent is fairly generic for the south of England, if you see what I mean. There are a lot of people in the south of England who sound like this. Up north, you get more strong accents. You can tell where people are from. But down south, there are a lot of people who don't really have an accent. That sound like me.
Okay, so probably not being from the country, you might think that you sound similar because of the
Like,
accent.
you-
Yeah, I'm a northerner. Actually, he's from the country. He's from the north of England.
if you spoke to someone from like Newcastle or Liverpool, you can tell that they're from those places. You see what I mean?
I
Whereas
can
anywhere-
imagine.
anywhere
Italy is
down
the
south-
same. Every place has a different accent, completely different. Like some people from the southern Italy, if you're not from there, you won't even be able to understand what they freaking say.
Is it like accent or is it
Both, a
dialect?
bit of both. It's
Do
a,
they-
I
do
would
they have, like, separate
say
dialects, like different slang words and stuff?
there's all stuff. There's even a different language. That's Sardinian from the Sardinian island. They speak a
Sardinian?
different language, completely different. You know, I don't know. It's
I've heard of Sardinia.
yeah, it's the big island to the west of Italy, no? It's basically it's like a
yeah.
different country. It's complete. It has its own culture.
I kind of know the main continent, but I don't know the like the.
The big island are
the
two,
geography
no?
that well.
Sicily in the south, and Sicily
Yeah.
is not that much different from the rest of Italy, but Sardinia is like a whole different world.
When, if all the travel gets lifted, I might actually go to Italy one of these days, like in summer or something. 'Cause
You tell me.
It'd be a cool place to visit, you know.
It is, absolutely, I guess. If you've never been there, it's worth it. It's got so much history. Guys, I gotta end the stream. I'm sorry, but it's the time for me to end. I've been going, what? 3 hours and a half. I think it's a record. Because I started earlier thinking I wouldn't have the time. But then I had the time, so I streamed even longer than usual. And now
What about-
I'll be coming back online at the same time, I guess, this afternoon. Oh, I unlocked a new plane, a Japanese one.
What are we gonna play? We're gonna play like.
No,
something
it's
else
okay. You
or-
want
or-
to do
or BOS?
Surmuk. You want to do Surmuk, right? For me, it's
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing BOS, but
Hey, thank you for following, Jay.
I figure we can play other games. You know,
You want to play something different?
in the days ahead. Just
Like
play
the
BOS
Battle
without,
Royale?
like have a think about what else we could play. Cause
Let's
you
do this. This afternoon we play BOS because it's easier. We are ready for it,
Yeah.
let's say. And while we play, we decide on the next game. It's a good idea, actually, to spread to other games, to do something different. I agree.
I'm flying upside down next to HE-111
Okay.
to freak this player out.
Researching stuff. Apparently, I got to research something else. And researching the cover. Ah, well, I did a killing on the
But yeah, like,
Japanese match.
Italy is one of those places I want to visit because the thing is, I could go and visit my brother's wife's family.
Ah, you were telling me about it,
'Cause
yeah.
A lot of them are Italian, so like, I mean, they're not really my family. If you see, I'm not biologically related to them, but you know.
Oh, Jay likes BOS as well. Jay, if you want to play with us in about 5 hours, we'll be playing that game. And if you would come, that would be amazing. We can play all together, 3 people.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm sorry because now you will not be able to continue talking, but I really gotta run. Wings of Liberty. No, yeah, the server, Wings of Liberty.
Well, if we
Nix
end up doing
says, I'm jealous. Are you jealous about BOS? You don't freaking want to play it, man. You
No,
tell
he
us if
doesn't-
you want.
his PC's not that good. He doesn't have a joystick as well.
Ah, without a joystick, it's gonna be difficult.
So I mean, he could play with an Xbox controller, but if his PC's not good enough, then
Nix, why don't we play all together maybe tomorrow morning in War Thunder?
because
I guess.
you know how like I think he's Malaysian, and like to get a good PC there is like a lot
Not
of money.
simple.
I think,
Not
or
simple. No.
a lot
I
of
think-
your income. So
Excuse me, I gotta stop you. I really gotta run. It's late. I've been streaming for ages
It's
this
cool.
morning.
Yeah.
See you in 5 hours. Every one of you, whoever comes, will be my pleasure. Thank you for
Yeah,
watching as always. Ciao, ciao. And guys, I'm sorry. I gotta go. As I said, 5 hours. See you guys.